stream. The vampire stream. The vampire stream. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with a vampire stream. The vampire stream. The vampire stream. Man, I gotta talk about it for the people. Smash the like button. I don't know how long this is gonna be, but I got more things to talk about on the vampire stream. Yeah, Adrian knows what it is. The vampire stream. Let's jump into the content. If you're not with us live for the vampire stream, catch the replay. Now, a lot of people want to talk about, this PBC versus Top Rank, Crawford versus Errol Spence. And I want to give my thoughts. Can you guys hear me? We working? I disagree. I think Bud can beat all of them. Listen. All the top welterweights can basically beat each other. This is what it is. There's not one top welterweight that hasn't proven that, they shouldn't be underestimated. Period. Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Pacquiao, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, and Terrence Crawford. We can have favorites, but none of them should be slept on in the current welterweight division. It's just what it is. See, listen. There's a lot going on with this whole situation, and I don't like what I'm seeing in boxing, so I got to do it the new media way. Listen, new media, we truth seekers, we out for the growth of the sport of boxing. Definitely shedding light on American champions, not just people from everywhere else who want to make money in America, and good old-fashioned boxing. But I see what people are doing. People are using this Crawford and Spence situation and PBC and shit, and they're trying to turn boxing into something that it's not. They're trying to, pit like really like Bloods and Crips. Either you a Crawford fan or you a Spence. But I'm here to tell y'all, fuck that. Because I'm a fan of Spence. And I'm a fan of Crawford. And ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Because I like them both. Y'all gotta dead that. Y'all gotta chill with that. People keep, I don't know, But I get an overflow of what's going on. People leave comments and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's astonishing, to be honest, how delicate men can be. I never noticed it until I got into this boxing. This beta male shit gotta stop, bro. And maybe it won't stop because maybe that's just who some of these dudes are. But I'm just telling you, it's far from alpha. It's okay to be a Crawford fan. It's okay to like multiple people. Danny Garcia, like there ain't nothing wrong with that. It's okay to like Spence and like Crawford. I just want to see good fights. It's really not even that serious to me. You know what I'm saying? My situation is different where I've had the pleasure of speaking and like being at both guys' events. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I don't have no biased towards one. I like what Spence is doing for his career, and I like Crawford. It's just what it is. But I gotta say my opinion. So don't, whatever y'all do in the comment section, only hold me to what I say. If I said it, I meant it. Period. Don't hold me to nobody else's standards and bullshit, because I don't know what people are doing. You know what I'm saying? People are saying all types of shit, and you know, I don't do a bunch of smear campaigns. People ain't even, like, out of all the issues in boxing, drug addicts and PEDs and all this shit, people trying to make Spence and Crawford, you know, the main issue. And it's bullshit, because here's another thing. In the black community, particularly, they have this theory where it's called divide and conquer. You know, people who oppress, you know, the racists and stuff, they have this divide and conquer strategy, and it seems to work in the black community, you know, and motherfuckers fall for the mousetrap each and every time, where you could be any other ethnicity, any other race, any other region, and support your own, and never a problem. But so often we see black fighters, like Black Murderers Row, you know what I'm saying? Black fighters pitted against each other, but let it be a black fighter versus a non-black fighter. See, and this is the problem I have. I just want to see good boxing. I don't care if you're black, two black dudes, black and a Mexican dude, black and a white dude, black and Filipino. I don't care. But the problem is this. Using the racist old media strategies, they constantly, frequently pit black fighters into the position where they won't give them credit, you know, have all these double standards, and pit them against each other, right? And then sometimes members within the black community also pit them against each other. Crawford versus Errol Spence, you know, Charlo versus Jacobs, Charlo versus Andre, and they pump those fights into the minds of many, right? Which all these are good fights. I ain't got no beef with that. But they don't show the same energy when it's decided that Charlo should fight Canelo. Andre should get an opportunity on the same side of the fence with Canelo. Andre should get a DAZN fight with Triple G. That's the problem. Now, that's the double standard. If it was even Steven, it wouldn't be an issue. Wouldn't be one issue. The other issue, you know, to piggyback off that, is they'll rate non-black fighters per division higher for doing less, or just the same, or, you know, pretty equivalent. They'll say Tyson Fury is the number one heavyweight. So he got knocked down twice by this guy, Deontay Wilder. It don't matter if Wilder looks sloppy to you or whatever you think. Tyson Fury was dropped twice and knocked out the second time by Deontay Wilder. Somehow, yet and still, Tyson Fury gets different treatment. They talking like he has this heroic story. He was doing drugs. That ain't something I can relate to. You know, I know, you know, I've had family members and shit, not in my immediate family, but, you know, extended family members who have had issues with alcohol or drugs or some shit. But that's not my immediate life, not my immediate family's life. You get what I'm saying? So I can't relate to that. But I can relate to Deontay Wilder, some of the struggles, some of the things he talks from, coming from the mud, you know. I can relate to that. I can't relate to some shit, you know, drugs was never my thing. But they try to glorify Tyson Fury, put him at the number one precipice of the division, and he the one that got knocked out. If Tyson Fury was black and Wilder was white, does anybody believe that anyone would be ranking the black fighter that got knocked down and knocked out, knocked down twice and knocked out, as the number one in the division, despite that little boo-boo? Does anyone believe that? I'm going to say it again. If it was Tyson Jenkins and Deontay Smith, right, and the roles were reversed Freaky Friday, and Tyson Jenkins, the brother from Chicago, knocked out Tyson. You know, he he knocked out Deontay Smith in the 12th round. Same scenario. Just reverse it. Reverse the skin. Does anybody believe that, you know, the ranking system would be different? Like, people would be like, man, Deontay Smith, he the one. He number one. He the number one. Ain't nobody would do that. You know it. I know it. You know how I know it? Because no matter what, it's never good enough. They didn't want Floyd at the top. He's the best boxer we've ever seen. We have not seen a pure boxer who's as gifted and as proven, fought more former, current champions, etc. Technical. We have not seen anybody with the mind of Floyd Mayweather, plus the showmanship, the big events, and all that since Floyd, before Floyd. We ain't never seen that. Somebody went 22 years undefeated. Not good enough. Now, Wilder is like the opposite of Floyd. He's not the most technical, fundamental guy. You know what I'm saying? He don't rely on the same attributes, but he's getting the job done his own way. They still don't like it. They still don't like it. Exactly. Deontay Smith and you know, Tyson Jenkins, they would call Tyson Jenkins the runner if the complexions were switched. Man, come on. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. So back to Crawford and Spence. You see how this is what I don't like, bro. This is and I'm telling you, it's a lot of divide and conquer. Spence and Crawford, this is being pushed by everybody. Black people, the Black Channel, you know, Mexican people, white people, but whatever. Everybody's pushing this. Everybody allegedly wants to see it. Please tell me why, when Canelo can step up and fight Charlo, when he can fight Andrade, when Triple G can step up and fight Andrade, Charlo, when Canelo can fight Beterbiev, David Benavidez, how come nobody's pushing this stuff the same way? And this is what I'm talking about. The racists in boxing, they'll jump all on in the mix, all in the Kool-Aid, don't even know the flavor when it comes to Spence versus Crawford. But then when it comes to pitting Canelo versus David Benavidez, you know, Mexican-American, do they have the same energy? When it comes to seeing Triple G fight against Charlo, Triple G fight against Andrade, a good anything better than Steve Rolls, are they doing the same thing? See, it's a lot of divide and conquer. There's a lot of comments I'm seeing about this Crawford Spence shit, knowing all the obstacles and hurdles and sides of the street, and all of a sudden motherfuckers care about it. But for years, and I got the track record in this motherfucker to prove it, when Crawford could have got Pacquiao, who was pushing for that? Me. That wasn't a guaranteed win. Crawford was still at 140 and Pacquiao was at 47. So it's not like I was just pushing it because I knew Crawford was finna beat that ass. That's still a difficult fight to this day. And it would have been difficult then because Crawford has continued to gain experience fighting, moving up to welterweight. So at the end of the day, where were these same motherfuckers that want to see Crawford or Spence so bad when Pacquiao was on the same side, on the same level, on the same label with Terrence Crawford, and that fight never manifested? Where was this pressure that they're trying to put on, like Tim Bradley, all these motherfuckers, bro, that they're trying to put on Al Heyman to thwart his plan of building his fighter with the in-house good stable that he has at welterweight? Where was this same energy? This is what I'm trying to understand. Same thing when Tim Bradley was fighting. When Tim Bradley was fighting, how come he didn't fight Broner? How come he didn't fight Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman? These would have been, if we just mixing and matching, these would have been good fights. How come Pacquiao, top-ranked Pacquiao, didn't fight Danny Garcia? Didn't fight Broner back then? Didn't fight Keith Thurman back then? What are we talking about? Al Heyman gets Pacquiao for 2 fights. He's already fought Broner and he's already fought Keith Thurman. But the whole time he was with Bob and Top Rank, where was this? How come they didn't work together? Spence, shout out to my young boy Icy. He knows this stuff. Spence was the mandatory for Tim Bradley at a point. Yes. So I'm not really understanding. How come Brandon Rios didn't fight AB Broner? Since y'all like to mix and match so much. See, when a black man's in charge, like Al Heyman, he got this crazy stable and all that. PBC's doing their thing, had to earn their stripes, went from time slot buys to whatever they got now with Fox and Showtime, right? Now that they leveraged out and leveled out, people are upset. But I've been upset for the last fucking decade because none of these fights happened. Joshua versus, see how consistent I am? Joshua Wilder didn't happen in 2018. Canelo Triple G didn't happen in 2016. We didn't get Mikey Garcia versus Gamboa. Real boxing head. I've been putting Keith Thurman didn't fight Errol Spence. How is it that I'm the only motherfucker in here? I got to be the realest. I'm the only person in here pushing for all these fights. And now, now people trying to act like, this is a fight that must happen. Where was you? Where was you when Pacquiao could have been with Top Rank fighting Danny Garcia, who's with Heyman and PBC? And I was making videos about all this stuff. When Keith Thurman was on PBC and Pacquiao was with Top Rank, and I'm sitting up here making videos about these call-outs. Like, yo, these are great fights. How come how come they ain't getting done? Now, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, though. Now, Top Rank don't have the stable, and they don't really have options for Terrence Crawford. He's too damn good. He's too damn good to fight, Sesame Street characters. People, it's not going to be sellable. I mean, the only thing you can do is put him in Omaha and hope his state buys it. Just supports just because he's a hometown hero. Smash the like button. I told you I'm getting straight to it. It's cold as fuck. I'm getting straight to it. I'm getting straight to it. Hopped on the grill real quick. So I'm just trying to understand, and it leads me to believe that there's a divide and conquer type of plan in place, because I just don't see the same significant push for when it's black on black crime. There's a massive push to get these fights up and running ASAP. Do not delay. Do not pass go. Make the fight. Charlo needs to fight Jacobs like yesterday. Charlo needs to fight Andre like yesterday. Wilder and Joshua, go. Errol Spence, Bud, Errol Spence, keep the yeah. But then when it's funny how that works. When it's a non-black fighter and a black fighter, and the black fighter is a threat. Not no Steve Rose to a Triple G. I'm talking about when it's a real threat. I don't see the same push. What's that mean? Use your brain. So, yeah, man, I see how people are moving. And even Tim Bradley, what he's talking about. He's talking about, oh, yeah, blah, 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 make the fan. You wasn't fighting nobody from PBC. Tim Bradley got a good resume, but you wasn't fighting PBC fighters. What are we talking? He didn't fight no Amir Khan. They was the best 2 at 140 at one point. Amir Khan called him a name, too, to his face. He said he was scared or something. There's an old video. I know my boxing. Oh, yo, you know what's worse, too? You can't come to somebody who's been doing it and reporting it and, just lived the life or whatever and pacify the bullshit. I'm seeing people, somebody said the same point that I made. And this is why the internet is dangerous. Y'all got to be careful of where you consume your content. That's all. Because I don't even know some of these, like, you could say, oh, ego, you're not a professional fighter, whatever. I earn my stripes like Yankee uniforms. Some of these motherfuckers got inspired off of what I did and Ellie and shit like this. And then they come out of nowhere and they talk boxing, to each his own. But you don't even know where they came from. Like, they ain't putting enough work to be known as credible type shit, you know? And the thing is, like, I'm seeing misinformation left and right. Somebody said the same point I seen, you know, in the comments. Somebody said, where was this energy? You know, basically why Tim Bradley didn't fight PBC fighters. And someone said, because PBC was created 2 months after Tim Bradley's last fight. Like, so he basically was retired and PBC came out after. Listen, you can play the games in this, you know, someone in the comment section was laughing. Oh, he got, like, basically, like, he burned you. He got you. He stumped you. Man, y'all got to use your brain. You got to use your brain. Because when I heard that, like, y'all see, it's crazy. Like, what's the point of iPhone 11 Pro Maxes and, you know, Surface Pros and all this technology, and y'all ain't willing to do no research? Y'all, if you don't have a memory for it, you don't even check people's work. You don't even fact check. Because as soon as I said that, I'm like, hell nah. PBC been out since 2015. I'm like, Tim Bradley didn't retire no 2015. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? I remember the first PBC card was Keith Thurman and Guerrero, and they had Broner versus John Molina Jr. And that was in 2015. See, it's easy. It comes to me because I remember, because I lived it. Boom. So somebody said that Bradley retired 2 months before PBC was created. So that's why he didn't fight. Look, motherfuckers be lying. Broner Molina was on that first card, right? Look. This was on the first card, 2015. March 7th, 2015. You see that? March 7th, 2015. Tim Bradley did not retire in no motherfucking 2000. Hold on. Y'all got me typing. He did not retire in no 2015. This is what I'm saying, bro. His last fight was Pacquiao 3. Look, 2016. What are we talking about? So he could have fought PBC fighters. See, they be trying to prove me wrong and shit in the comment section. Oh, yeah, it's because PBC came out after. His last fight was 2016. I just showed you. So how did Bradley retire before PBC came out? Damn. Bro, they want to stump me so bad. But good luck. I lived this. I was like, nah, hell nah. Because 2015 was like the year Mayweather fought Pacquiao. I'm like, hell no, he didn't retire before the, you know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, hell nah. Floyd fought Pacquiao. He fought that's how I knew. See, bro, that's what I'm saying. People don't even check, look. They just take your word for it. I don't care if you fucking take my word for it. You know, you look it up. Look this shit I say up. But anyway, I know Floyd fought. This is how I break stuff. I'm like Rain Man with this shit. Yeah, yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. I told you, like, they not fucking with me. I'm like Hove when it comes to that. Bro, 10 racks, I promise you I wouldn't take this. Because I was like, man, okay, Pacquiao fought Mayweather in 2015 in May. I know that because I remember that. You know, it's a fight of my generation or whatever. And then I'm like, Bradley fought him again after the Mayweather loss. So how did Bradley retire before PBC was created? Ooh, I told you. They be lying. That's what I'm saying. That's the old media way. It's the old media way. So who else wants some? You know, come back with some more lies. We know. We live this. We live this. This is my era, like Canelo be saying, me era. So Bradley, that was false. Bradley was not retired when PBC first came about. Don't forget that PBC announcement was before their actual fight card. Obviously, they had this like seminar or whatever in New York. Danny Garcia was there, I think. You know, Sugar Ray Leonard, John Molina, Broner. It was just like PBC Showtime up front. It was like that when they first announced PBC. So Tim Bradley could have he fought Brandon Rios in 2015 and Jesse Vargas. So why couldn't them names have been PBC fighters? Because PBC was out. Damn, it's looking suspect for y'all, not for me, for y'all. I must be the greatest. So y'all gotta watch where you get the information, or at the very least, check on the information people tell you. Check on everything I say. I'm ready to back up every word I'm saying. Man, old media they just make it worse for themselves because it's so easy. But anyway, Pacquiao, how come Crawford never fought him? How come? And now Bob Arum has switched his story. There's a recent interview where Bob Arum says that Pacquiao was offered a shit ton of money and he denied it. But he already told Fight Hub, bro, I can prove everything I'm saying. That's why I don't even understand why they try to go against the kid with the golden memory. Who? When it comes to this boxing shit, this is my life. This is what I've been doing. This is my bread and butter. This put food on the table. This pay the bill. What we talking about? Bob Arum is now saying that Pacquiao turned down hella money and didn't want Bud. But previously, Bob Arum said that he detonated the fight and made sure the Bud Crawford fight didn't go through because he was worried about Pacquiao's safety. Whoo, Exhibit A. Look, it's even in Crawford's home, the Omaha Herald. Man, what the fuck? Hold on, yo. Bud Crawford's promoter admits he killed Manny Pacquiao fight. Look, Bud Crawford's promoter, what we talking about, admits he killed the Manny Pacquiao fight because it would only end one way. Look, and there's multiple sources confirming that he's on tape. Fight Hub got the video. Man, let me get off this website. This website look unstable. So it's once again it's amazing to me. Ooh, y'all know y'all don't fuck up. Look, y'all done fucked up. Bob Arum admits he killed Pacquiao Crawford fight. Didn't want to see Manny take damage. This is the interview. Look. This is an actual interview where he admits. Look, Bob Arum says in this interview on Pacquiao fighting, he said, well, I don't think Keith Thurman can fight anymore. I think he looked awful with Lopez. Okay, well, Arum didn't agree. I mean, he said Keith Thurman can't fight, but Keith Thurman and Pacquiao was a good fight. But hold on, let me get to it. Where is it? On if he had any reservations in making Pacquiao Crawford. Well, I killed the fight. Yeah, I wouldn't want that for Manny because I know how it would end. Not that I knew it would end in serious disability for Manny, but that I wouldn't know. But as a fight, it would only end one way. Forget my emotions. I wouldn't want to see him take that kind of damage because it might affect his future life quality and the quality of his future life. That's what he said. So what we talking about? So all these people coming out the woodwork trying to press Al Heyman and Errol Spence. First of all, the man got in a car accident. He ain't fighting shit. He got to fight physical therapy. That's what it's in his immediate future. And y'all dumbasses talking about the Crawford fight. But don't put this energy into Golovkin stepping up with Charlo or Canelo stepping up with Charlo. Charlo ain't got no accident. Canelo ain't in no accident. He ain't injured. Errol Spence is injured. Triple G ain't injured unless Derevchenko, took a bite out of crime in that ass. So what are we talking about? See, this what I'm saying. That's why it leads me to believe this is some divide and conquer shit. This is some divide and conquer shit because they put more emphasis, they being old media, in this fight. Like that's the only thing in boxing. Knowing the guys on the sideline who was in a major accident, he ain't gonna come back and fight Crawford. So it's like, what are we even talking about? Smash the like button. What are we talking about this right now for? He got to take a tune-up, if anything. And then the other thing is Tim Bradley talking about PBC dudes is cowards, but he didn't fight none of them. He said all the PBC dudes is cowards except for Wilder, but he didn't fight none of them. He says all of them are cowards, but Sean Porter said if me and Crawford can, talk and agree and we decide it, I'll fight him for sure. Him and his daddy. I mean, I ain't pulling up all this stuff. You do some research. Each one of you, all y'all. I've already done the research. All y'all. So anyway, it's getting funny and it's getting hectic, and I want to know where. Okay, so Triple G is rumored to fight Camille Sismeta. Like where are the people clamoring for him to fight the number ones and twos and the other best people in the division outside of just Canelo trilogy? We've already seen 24 rounds of that bullshit. So where's the same? How is this the biggest issue in boxing? A guy who's coming off an injury that we all know versus Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's divine. It's the lesser of two evil. It's a lesser of two evil. See, they don't care if it's black on black crime, if it's two black fighters. They don't. They don't give a fuck. Because if you racist and you against that, you just want to see a good fight. You don't care who lose. But let it be David Benavidez and Canelo and you like both of them. Then what? Now one of your fighters has to lose. And the crazy thing about me, and the crazy thing about what they say, the black channel and all this stupid shit, I ain't really seen the black channels not push for quality fights. Like they afraid to see, like, first of all, it's not just about any two races fighting or ethnicities. But the thing is that this is why they can never be new media, because the stuff we say makes sense. The stuff they say don't make sense. People say that Triple G and Canelo are the best middleweights. So how can you blame Andrade and Charlo for pursuing who you're saying is the best? You're ranking this person the best, but then you're acting like it's clout chasing if Charlo wants to fight the best. Meanwhile, these same people in the same races, hey, block the new Avenger. Bro, you're a rat. I can sense it. You rats all act the same. Block him. Get him out of here. I know I've been doing this way too long. He a rat, I promise you. And Tekashi finna get released, they said on Wednesday. So you know he hyped because he a rat. His little rat buddy finna get released and shit. Anyway. The bottom line is, yeah, shout out to J.O. Crawford can't fight Porter. That's his buddy until the end. No, this ain't child's play. Anybody can get it. Oh, wow, he getting released. Well, they said he's getting sentenced, but people are saying it's being recommended he gets released. So he might get released for cooperating. Listen. Hey, Smoke One Boxing, you a fool, bro. Yeah, man, I just see the double standards and the bullshit. Listen. And it's so funny when, like I said, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, though. Top Rank been doing this with the in-house fights. Ain't nobody was complaining. See, this is how I know race has something to do with it with a lot of y'all. Because Bob Arum, a Jewish male, has done this where he had a good stronghold in the division, and he made primarily in-house fights. Maybe a couple mandatories or something that wasn't low-level fights or something that wasn't in-house. But it was people he had great working relationships with, and it wasn't Al Heyman. It wasn't PBC. Name a big fighter he sent over to fight on PBC, and it wasn't no mandatory. Shout out to Jesse Wyatt. If the PBC fighters are such cowards, why did Arum offer Danny Garcia $3 million, who was a huge threat to Crawford, but he gave Amir Khan $7 million? See, I mean, you know, sound like Arum the coward. Hey, you a fool. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like little stuff like that, little inconsistencies, the real fans understand that. It's politics. That's a great point. Amir Khan got knocked out by Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia looks to at least be more durable. You know, Khan got speed, but his chin ain't worth a damn, you know, in the eyes of many. So how did Khan get cashed out? On a pay-per-view. But you offered Broner and Danny Garcia $3-4 million to fight Pacquiao. Shout out to E-Bone, see? He says, Arum wasn't sending anyone over there. You was talking about that years ago. I know, but I'm glad and appreciate you for having a memory. See? I told you this is why new media continues to control the narrative, because what we're saying is absolutely true. It's irrefutable. Jesse Wyatt, that's a great point. How did Khan get offered more money? So you make a better deal with the guy that Danny Garcia knocked out, and they never rematched. So as it sits, the one time they fought, Khan did you know, for the first 2 rounds, and then got dropped in the next 2 rounds and knocked out. Then Canelo destroyed him, and then Crawford still fought him. Man, not looking good. Not looking good. Especially if it's going to be on pay-per-view. And again, I don't think Crawford would have not have fought Danny Garcia, but this is your team. Your team is aligning you with Khan. And see, Khan, when we seen Danny Garcia quit a fight or be knocked out? We haven't seen Amir Khan necessarily quit a fight, but we've seen him knocked out before. So if I was trying to provide the best entertainment, the best show on earth, like a circus, I would put Danny Garcia, who has amateur history with Terrence Crawford, where they beat each other. You know, they both have 1 win over the other person in the amateurs. Danny has more power than Amir Khan. He's not as fast, but he's more durable. So, and he has a bigger presence and profile than Khan, who'd been knocked out by him, knocked out by Bradis Prescott, and by the time Crawford got to him, had been brutally 1-punch knocked out by Canelo. See? And hurt several times. Khan got hurt by Willie Lyman or Lemon, you know, whatever these motherfuckers be named. Julio Diaz hurt him. Chris Algieri hurt him. This is all before Crawford got to him. Canelo destroyed him. Danny Garcia dropped him 3 times, destroyed him. Bradis Prescott destroyed him in 1 round. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen him hurt. We've seen him hurt, and like, you know, Maidana hurt him. He was like, oh shit. So why didn't Arum put that together? And then now you come in demanding Spence or nothing. You know, it just doesn't work like that. That is not. That just. Yeah. And then on top of that, he called Al Heyman the cancer of boxing for years and stuff like that. DBN got a personal interview where he's talking to Arum years ago, 3 years ago maybe. And he said, so you think you'll work with the PBC? Arum said, nope, and walked away. So now when, you're at your wit's end and you have this talent in Crawford, and you have no one to feed him or to make you some money with him. Now, yeah, he said Al Heyman's a made up person, a computer game and all this stuff. And now you need, that's just not how life works. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry, but I'm just saying it to make y'all feel better. That's not how life works. I'm telling you.
And other TV channels, it makes it difficult to negotiate. Does this big fight that you've made with Amir Khan disprove that theory, that there are still big fights out there for Terence at 147?
That's a really good question. And I think what you're alluding at is, look what's happening in boxing. All the other promoters are cooperating with each other. This match wouldn't have happened without Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. Frank will tell you that. They cooperated with us. We're doing another fight down the line with a fighter named Burchell, 130-pound champion, against Oscar De La Hoya's fighter, Francisco Vargas. The only promoter in the world that will not allow his fighters to fight anybody else is Al Heyman and PBC. So don't say that promoters, won't make fights, that promoters protect their fighters. There is one culprit and one culprit only in boxing, and that's Al Heyman and PBC. And if he wants to stick his people in this really small bundle that he has, fighting each other, not fighting, he's entitled to do it, but he's hurting the sport of boxing.
Okay. That was Bob Arum last year. That was him at the end of the year or whenever before Crawford Khan. That's what he had to say. That was this year. It was this year before Crawford Khan. So he said there's one culprit. How are we getting Wilder and Fury? Another thing, Wilder, I have a live stream. Like, see, bro, you're not going to do this to me because I live this. I went to Wilder Fury that had nothing to do with Bob Arum and ESPN the first go round. It was in December of last year. I was there. Great fight. So I just enjoyed myself the whole card. The ring walks were good, all that, right? Then Tyson Fury and Frank Warren, who made the first fight with Showtime and PBC, right? They were in negotiations to make the rematch at the Barclays Center in May. They were talking about putting Devin Haney on the undercard because Devin Haney hadn't signed to Eddie Hearn and Matchroom at that point, or it wasn't finalized. It was all set to go. They were in deep negotiations. Then all of a sudden, Wilder's team stopped hearing from Frank Warren, not responding to messages. And then Tyson Fury, I got a big announcement tomorrow. So people were thinking it's Wilder Fury. And then it was some press conference with Bob Arum, Tyson Fury, Frank Warren in the UK. And I got an email saying, hey, Top Rank has signed Tyson Fury. So if it's one culprit, why didn't we get an immediate rematch for, okay, you signed with ESPN. You signed with Frank Warren and Tyson Fury, okay, cool. Why don't you do the immediate rematch? I mean, this stuff is too easy, people. Why did Tyson Fury take Otto Violin and Tom Schwartz fights instead of going into the immediate rematch? If there's one person that's not working with somebody and he's the culprit of ruining boxing, then why did top rank ESPN get involved with Tyson Fury's career, offer him all this money, and then put spacing in between Wilder Fury 1 and 2 happening when it could have been immediate and it was almost done? Okay, again, it makes no sense. How are we getting Wilder Fury 2, a joint promotion, in February 2020 if there's one culprit who doesn't match his fighters? Okay, how did Andy Ruiz have 2 fights with Anthony Joshua on a rival promoter's card and he upset Joshua in the first fight in June if there's one culprit and it's Al Heyman? How did Danny Jacobs, how's he with Eddie Hearn right now and still with Al Heyman, right? And he's over there making money on HBO when they were around, and he's with Matchroom still, if there's one culprit. Listen, that's old media, new media. That's the difference. That old media stuff doesn't work anymore because we remember what you said. Thug life. The hate you gave us, little ifits, fucks everybody. We coming with that thug life. We remember. So it doesn't even make sense. Al Heyman won't send his guys, but he sent guys. It's that simple. How did Andy Ruiz upset Joshua if there's one culprit, which is what Bob Arum said? That's not sending people. And then the man fans are going to say, oh, you're just a PBC lover. But answer the question. Fuck the distractions and deflections and diversion tactics. How did Andy Ruiz even get a second payday? Because he upset Joshua the first payday and on DAZN. Both Andy Ruiz has fought on DAZN more than he's fought on PBC. Y'all put that in perspective? He had 1 fight with PBC and he has 2 fights on DAZN. If what Bob Arum said, Mr. Arum said, was true. How did Sergey Derevyanchenko fight Gennady Golovkin and get robbed if Al Heyman won't? There's only one culprit that's not sending people, and it's Al Heyman. How did Derevyanchenko, an Al Heyman fighter, go over that? How did Al Heyman send Charles Martin and Dominic Breazeale in back-to-back fights to fight Eddie Hearn's boy, Anthony Joshua? Both in the UK, and they both got knocked out by Anthony Joshua when he was undefeated. So Bob Arum said that January of this year. The 2 Anthony Joshua fights with 2 Al Heyman fighters, Charles Martin and Dominic Breazeale, those had been happened. Amir Khan was with Al Heyman when Al Heyman sent him over to fight Canelo on HBO. These fights had already happened at the point of Bob Arum making that assertion. Man, I don't know, man. It's looking kind of crazy. These new media cats, they seem to know what they talking about. That boy Ego and Icy, they're making it a little bit icy out here. Yeah, so none of that's making sense, and you know it. So, that's just promoter talk. That's what I call it. You just saying whatever you want to say to point the blame. So anyway, you did all this to diss him, and you're mad because, he has his own plan for his fighter. PBC earned and Bob Arum sued Al Heyman. Motherfuckers just supposed to forget about all this and make the Crawford Spence fight. So there's inherent issues. Bro, you lucky it's not the boxing game is lucky it's not me. I'll make sure y'all motherfuckers don't get nothing just to spite my enemies. Just to spite them if they did that to me. Touch one of mine on everything I love. I will destroy everything you touch. I'll play the game how it's supposed to be played. Man, I'm a little bit more petty. I'll starve everybody out. They was coming for me. Why would I? Bro, I want to see you fail. I'm different. You know, so y'all lucky I'm not no promoter. I'll starve. Eric Crawford would be starving. You know, no disrespect to Crawford. But I'm saying if I was a promoter and they was all this shit and lawsuits and shit, I'd be like, okay, my turn. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't think Al Heyman is even doing that, though, which is surprising. This motherfucker, like, trying to forgive, like, Jesus and shit, bro. I'm not Jesus. I ain't perfect. I ain't even finna attempt to be perfect. I'm like 50 Cent. I'll be petty. I'm trying to jaw rule you. That's just where I come from. So I'm too vindictive. But anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, people putting all this precedence on Crawford. Do I want to see Crawford Spence? Yeah, but how you go? It's funny because I called this stuff, and people are like, "Oh, ego." Why would I be all? If I anticipated this, then why would I be caught off guard by it? Why would I be shocked by it when I'm the one that told you this was going to happen? You know what I mean? Yeah, man. It just I predicted all this. It's not even shocking. Crawford is simply put way too good to be in there with some bullshit. You know, he's already ran through the guys that even have a semblance of, you know, marketability to sell. Like I really have no idea. Okay, exclude all the Heyman fighters. Who can Crawford fight? Jose Benavidez too? Luis Collazo, like the guy that just fought Luis Collazo from Kazakhstan, Amir Khan, like, bro, his options are not that great, you know, unless Josh Taylor moves up in weight or some shit and he can make some weird shit like that. You know, Jose Ramirez moves up. Kell Brook, okay, so let me get this straight. Errol Spence comes back, does a tune-up, then if he looks right and feels right, he'll probably get Pacquiao or somebody. And Crawford will be fighting someone that Errol Spence stopped. He is not finna fight Jaron Ennis. Come on, man. Jaron Ennis is 21 years old. And he been fighting on Showtime. They ain't finna make that. They ain't finna make no shit like that. My boy Icy fell asleep at the wheel. We have an intruder, and Icy don't even care, bro. Okay. Yeah, okay, Icy. Yeah, Jaron Boots Ennis, he raw. Yeah, there go Icy. That's the Icy I know. Yeah. Yeah, Icy. That's the Icy I know. Yeah, man. So, it's just, I pictured this coming. And I knew this moment would come, and it came sooner because Crawford running through everybody. He running through the people he could have fought, he already fought them. He already beat Felix Diaz face in, and we ain't heard about him since. Jeff Horn, he already took that belt in his first fight at welterweight. Jose Benavidez, I went to that fight. I was like, yeah, this is cool. Tall guy, undefeated. Mean Machine, mandatory. He already went through him. Amir Khan even. Bro. So it's like the only thing left is probably the better names. I'm not talking about him moving up because that sucks. You know, it's like what Riggin had to do. You can't get the fights and you got to move up. So why would Crawford re-sign if he knew what could happen? Very strange. I don't know. You got to ask him. But people, you know, sometimes people are prisoner of the moment. Top rank. Oh, like he probably likes, you know, Bob Arum, Christina Poncher. They've taken good care of him, put him in positions. So it's, you know, it's hard for people to just break what they feel loyalties. And, you know, I'm familiar with this. You know, it's just like, why do people, here's a question for y'all. I'm going to throw it back at you. Why do people stay at jobs that they're miserable at? The pay is good, and they're familiar with the work. They don't want to start fresh. That is a fear for people. You know, that's a fear for people. Luckily, I'd be a little bit fearless because I was working and I didn't know how this would pan out. But look at me now. You got to be fearless. You know, nobody wants to start from a clean slate, but people fear it. People stay at jobs that they don't like for years. You know, they could be gaining weight and getting gray hairs because they so stressed out at work, but they don't want to. You know, you feel like I worked my way to get up to 65 miles per hour, 75 miles per hour. I don't want to go back down to zero. That's a fear. So, you know, you got to ask Crawford decisions he made, but, you know, that could be one of them, just a comfort zone. Listen, I'm all about breaking comfort zones. I can't wait for 2020. I'm about to break some comfort zones. I'm going to break comfort zone's fucking neck, bro. I promise you. The way I'm feeling, I'm about to break comfort zone's jaw like Kobe Covington, bro. I'm on some different shit mentally where what I see. You got to get out them comfort zones. Keep exposing old media. Man, these motherfuckers, we gonna resurrect them just to kill them again. Hey, y'all know I've been kind of good, but fuck it. I've been on a little hiatus, but I got my gummies back. That's how you know I'm feeling good. I was on a gummy boycott, but the gummy ego is back out this motherfucker. Shout out to view of the Bay, and we don't play. Man, hey, bro, what happened to your Raiders, dog? I mean, my Niners lost too, but bro, how he shanked 2 field goals for the last game in Oakland? That shit trash. Yeah, man. Bro, the Raiders kicked it. The field goal missed. They crashed into the kicker, and then they got a roughing the kicker. So they got a lucky opportunity to re-kick it because of a foul, a flag, and they missed it again. I'm like, oh my God. And y'all know I rep this Bay stuff. I'm not a Raider fan like that, but my ex was. You know, if it comes down to the Niners or the Raiders, you know, I'm picking the Niners. But, you know, I just got love for the Bay, you know, so I want to see Bay Area teams not look horrible. Bro, the thing that's messing me up, and my pops called it, I swear. The Raiders were in the lead, and he said, watch this. This was like the first or second quarter or something. They were in the lead. My pops really called it. He said, watch, they're going to find a way to lose this game. And I was like, nah, they in the lead, you know. Maybe, you know, they in there with a weak team. He's like, no, they're going to find a way to lose it. Sure enough, after the Niner game, after we lost, we looked at it, and we watched the shanking of the field. He said, what'd I tell you? My pops got game, bro. I was like, damn, you really called that. See? Popstradamus, ego. You got ego, bro. I'm the son of greatness. My pops said, bro, how you think Ego Stradamus was born? Yeah. What's up with them Cowboys? Yeah, man. But anyway, Tim Bradley was bugging out, bro. That motherfucker. Fight him. Listen. Let's say Tim Bradley was a cop. And you're at have you ever heard of a Mexican standoff? That's what it's called. It's basically where everyone has arms drawn. Right? You see it depicted oftentimes in movies where both the opposing sides have arms drawn, guns out, and, you know, they're ready to commence a war and shootout. And they're like, hey, wait. And you're like, bro, you're trying to talk to the other side Like you see this on movies like Bad Boys or something. You're trying to talk to, remember Bad Boys 2, the Jamaicans, and you're trying to calm them down. Like, hey, listen, we could do this one or two way, and then like you finally getting them to calm down, bro. Tim Bradley, if he was on your side, if he was a cop, bro, he the type of person that's going to enrage and evoke the shootout, and then motherfuckers, bro, you gonna be in a shootout just fucking with Tim Bradley, bro, because he's just instigating and making it worse. Oh yeah, they were Haitian. My bad. I think I said Jamaican. I don't know. Bro, you finna be in a shootout for that ass, fucking with Tim Bradley. Like, motherfucking top ranked people got their guns. All right, hold on. Maybe we can make the Crawford Spence fight after he does a tune-up like Tyson Fury. You're like, yeah, that's good. And then Tim Bradley coming out with the fucking Chicken George and shit. Nah, all y'all PBC fighters outside of Wilder is pussy. Oh my. Y'all all cowards. Y'all didn't want to fight. Why y'all try to help me with the fat bitch? Oh my. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone started dumping. Motherfuckers is hiding. Bro, he gonna get you in that shootout. Andre Ward was looking at him like, motherfucker, Tim Bradley will have you in that shootout, bro. That ain't the way to bridge the gap. Listen, I don't give a fuck, bro. Make an ESPN belt, a PBC belt, a Nickelodeon belt. I don't even give a fuck at this point. It's every man for himself. I don't even give a fuck. Straight like that. You like, what ego don't, he don't care about. I don't care at this point. It's not even that serious to me. I got shit to do. I want to see the best fight, yeah, but at this point, I don't even care. Make Nickelodeon belt, ESPN belt, PBC belt, DAZN belt. I don't even care. Because, what's the point of me getting involved? Like, I'm not this ain't 5-10 years ago and shit where, Pacquiao should fight, Mayweather, drug test. I already lived through the Pacquiao Mayweather bullshit. I'm not doing this all over. Listen, Pacquiao Mayweather was the biggest fight. It needed to happen. And motherfuckers was arguing and shit. I'm not finna go over that for no Crawford, Spence, and all these other weak-ass fights. Not weak, but you know what I'm saying? Like, these fights ain't even halfway as big, even when they do happen. So I'm not finna go 5-6 years of arguing. Hell no. I ain't doing it. Y'all can. Listen, I hope they fight. That's great. Top Rank ain't in the driver's seat. I'm definitely not finna argue with y'all motherfuckers for the next 5-6 years over this stupid shit. Everybody make their own belt. Who cares? Fuck it. I don't even care, bro. Yeah, Tim Bradley tripping. But to me, that's not the way. That's not the way to get the fight. That ain't it. That's definitely not the way to make the fight. You trying to work with someone but talking shit. You know what it reminds me of? We're my hip hop fans who like rap music, but like rap music for, since the early 2000s. I want to say that. Early to mid 2000s, you was a rap fan. Say me. I'm going to tell you what it reminds me of. Some of y'all ain't going to remember this. Okay, cool. There's enough people. Look at Icy young ass. Bro, you was sperm when Chingy was out. Anyway, whatever. Yuck Mouth from the Bay. Shout out to the town. And the rapper from LA, The Game, they got into it. They was beefing on wax and doing diss songs. And then they had mutual homies or whatever. So they were supposed to squash it on wax. So record a song together. On the song that they recorded together, Yuck laced his verse and laid his verse on the beat or whatever. And then The Game did his verse. And then he dissed him again on the squash song. He said I forgot what he said. He was like, yeah, the motherfucking yuck mouth. Then the beef is back on. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, wait, this is supposed to be the squash the beef track. And then he like re-violated him on the song. So it's like, you didn't squash the beef, bro. You like re-agitated it. Does anyone remember that? See, shout out to K Smooth. He said he violated on his own track. I remember. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I remember that was featured on Beef too. Yeah. Hey, they need to bring that back. No, actually, do rappers even beef anymore? This shit trash. Bro, this shit trash. These rappers don't even beef. This shit weak. I ain't even heard no good diss songs except for Eminem. Please don't. Beef 4. Nick Cannon delivered 2 disses to Eminem. This shit trash, bro. These dudes don't even beef. Nick Cannon got diss solo and he brought 6 people with him. Yeah, let's jump him. This shit trash. But anyway, yeah. That reminds me of the game when bro, you supposed to squash the beef and he was like, yeah, fuck yuck mouth again, nigga. When the beef is on, I'll pop that trunk, pistol grip, pump. If a nigga step on my white air one, I'm like, damn, why you gonna re-diss him on the squash the beef track? That's Tim Bradley, bro. Trying to negotiate, get this shit settled. Tim Bradley, yeah, all y'all coward. Didn't Al Heyman and what's the name just make Wilder Fury, and you got this man bugging out, bro? You gonna push this shit back to the fucking, bro? That's what I'm saying. If you really Crawford's mans in them, you shouldn't have did that, bro. Listen. If you on my side, like new media or just me as like on some solo, like real life shit, don't do me no favors like that. I don't need you to, like, bro, you just Terrence Crawford's supposed to be your man, and you literally made it look like he was begging by saying he was begging. What? I do not want nobody standing up for, me, my honor, doing that type of shit. Please don't. Because Terrence Crawford said, yeah, I'm not really worried about, the PBC guys. I don't think the Spence fight will happen, but if it does, I still done more. And he's saying this and playing it cool. And you like, yeah, Crawford begging. He gonna keep begging. And he gonna beg some more. Bro, you just said Crawford is begging. Bro, you just said Crawford is begging. And he played it off like, like he wasn't really fazed by it. But now you're like, yeah, he begging you. He begging all y'all to step up, and he gonna keep begging. Bro, begging is not universally recognized as like some cool shit. You know what I'm saying? What if I told y'all, man, I met this nice little girl named Cindy. Then Cindy, she was bad. She had a body like this. And then y'all like, oh, did y'all hit? You like, ego, did you hit? And I'm like, man, she was acting stingy at first, man. I had to beg for the pussy. Bro, would y'all look at me like I'm the Don Dada? Like I'm Casanova? Oh, Casanova. Would y'all look at me like I'm fucking Casanova if I was like, man, she didn't want to give me none of the snappy nappy dugout. I had to beg for it. I was begging for you, bro. You don't get cool points for beg. Like, that don't even sound right. Man, I had to beg to take off the bitch bra. Bro, you sound horrible. You raped a bitch? Like, what the fuck? Man, I was begging. I learned from R&B song, Rough Ends. All these niggas, man. Keith Sweat, I was begging a bit. You were begging for the Sailor Moon. You had to beg for it? That don't sound good, bro. Remember Drew Down? Do. I'd be the simp of the year. Do. Give it up, and give it to me. A big boss. I begging for that pussy. And this song, so I'm about to get sick with it. I'm begging for the pussy and I'm getting with it. Like, brother, fucking simp of the year. You look horrible. Man, I'm from the Bay. Fuck all this other stuff, bro. Motherfucker said he had to beg for it. Oh, my young boy dropped a gym. See, I'm teaching him well. Like father, like son. Yeah, Icy. Let me see what he said. It's like, Icy, you kind of smart. You smarter than your years. Bro, you finna have 6 kids in no time. Because Icy be having a little bit of game. Bro, you finna have a Wayans family. Look up, Marlon. Say cheese. You finna have a Wayans family. You be running too much game. You know too much about the game. Bro, I'm telling you, you finna have kids ASAP. Bro, please strap up. You finna be Willie Love. Nah, let me not say that. Hold on. I'm sorry. I be fucking with my dude. I see. It's like when you got a crush on a girl and you play it cool and talking to her, but then your homeboy jumps in the convo and is like, quote, date my homie. He said he dreams of you every night. Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. Tim Bradley fucking up the sauce, bro. Like, he was playing it cool, like, you all right. You know, you doing some casual flirting with the girl. And you, oh, did you get her number? My whole boy won't stop talking about you. You played it cool with the bitch, like Icy saying, and then you trying to make her feel like, man, he got a shrine of you at the house. He got all your yearbook pictures in poster form. He went to Kinka. Shut the fuck up. Right, like, why would you you know, man, he won't stop talking. He wrote a song about you. Well, I don't know if it's a song. It might be a haiku. It's like some poetry or some shit. And you was like playing it off like you wasn't feeling her, doing some of that flirtation. That's what it's called. A little bit of flirtation. And he talking about, he got a shrine of you. That shit was weird. I went in his room. It was candles. I thought it was Buffalo Bill. She puts the lotion on the skin. Bro. Now he got you looking like Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, I like that. Hello, Clarice. There once was a cat. Hold on, shut up. Hold on, I'm trying to get it. Hello, Clarice. There once was a caretaker who tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and nice Chianti. Bro, he got you looking like The Simpsons. He got you looking extra weak. Man, come on. It's like, here's another one to add on to Icy's analogy. It's like when your mom is going into an important place, you know, and then they ask her a question, they're talking to her, and then she's lying, trying to they're like, do you get any income? Like, do you get any income? And she was like, no. And they're all right. Ew, what about that $1,000 that so-and-so gave you? Like, shut the fuck up. You get what I'm saying? Like, you jump into conversation like this is an adult conversation, and then you like spoiling it for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you at the doctors and shit. Motherfuckers at the doctors and the kid jump in saying some shit. You trying to get some extra sleep, man. You're like, have you run out of your sleep aid pill? Yes. No, Mom. What about that whole bottle you got under? This ignorant motherfucker, bro. Why did I have you? Shut the fuck up. Motherfucker be spoiling the whole lick, whatever it is. If I have kids, I ain't having no baby mamas. Whoever I have children with stuck with my hyper ass facts. Yeah, I don't want no baby mamas like that. Hell no. Yeah, man, kids be doing that. See, that's what I'm saying. It was like a childish rant from Bradley. Like, what was the point of that? And see, to me, it looked bad when I don't know. I read the 48 Laws of Power and Art of War and stuff. You're making ESPN look desperate for the fight. Instead of just trying to get it settled, you're talking about them. Like, and you know what I've come to realize is like, y'all got to be cautious of drama. You got to be cautious of drama, because if you really think about it, who likes the drama? Dramatic, negative people, like, typically, or people who just want to laugh and just watch the back and forth. But how is it? That's not really even productive. Some people just want to turn on ESPN to watch the fights. They don't want to get caught up in the politics and this and that. They just like, so to me, all that type of shit, it kind of takes away. Like, Teofimo just had a great performance, looked great, champion, and you screaming on another network that don't even, it don't have nothing to do with ESPN. That was, to be honest, that was horrible, because ESPN had a really good card. Donald Simpson said he talked with his kids with that. Yeah, my mom wasn't playing that, bro. So my mom would tell us in the car and on the walk into the store, now we better go in this store. They got some expensive shit. Don't touch nothing. Don't look at nothing. Like, don't look at nothing. So you want me to break something? The motherfucker said, don't touch nothing. Don't look nothing. Close your eyes. Like, what the fuck? How am I going to go into an expensive glassware place, a China shop, and I can't touch nothing or look at nothing? What the fuck? I'm blind fury out this motherfucker. Parents be saying some stupid ass shit if you think about it. You go into an antique store and you talking about, we about to go in here, don't touch nothing, don't eyeball nothing, don't look at nothing, just sit the fuck there, don't do nothing. Like I'm a fucking mute or some shit. What the fuck? He said, hold your shirt. That's like some prison shit. Motherfuckers really holding their shirt. Parents talking about don't touch nothing, don't look at. Bro, I'm Geordie LaForge. I can't look at nothing now. Like, it's that serious? Like, I'm Cyclops. If I take my glasses off, optic blast. And like, what are you talking about? Close your eyes. Like, parents be doing too much. Like, I'm Scott Summers and fucking if I look at something, it's gonna optic blast. Like on some X-Men shit. Don't look at nothing. Fuck am I supposed to be? Why'd you even bring me? Why'd you just imprison me if I can't look at? I understand the touching part, but shit, I can't look at nothing. She want me on some Stevie Wonder shit. Ribbon in the sky for real. Do. Motherfucker said don't look at nothing. I told all my nephews and kids, hands better not leave your side. Yeah, put your hand in your pocket. Do something. These kids is bad now, because motherfuckers be spoiling them. They be having cell phones and shit. Yeah, bitch, I'm on my way. Like, how old is you to even be talking like this? Why? And the kid be having a better cell phone than you. I hate that. They be making fun of you and shit. What iPhone you got? You a grown ass man that work hard. What iPhone you got? You're like, oh, I'm still on the iPhone 7, little fella. What about you? That shit old. I got the iPhone 11 Pro Max. You dusty bitch. Pardon? What? You trying to justify your iPhone 6S and shit? No need to upgrade. It works for me. I just make a few calls per month. Like, yeah, I don't fuck all that. I got the iPhone 11 with the A7X chip. You got that dusty ass shit. Like, I'm gonna fuck you up though. I beat your little ass. I bet that much. You talking shit because I got the iPhone 3G and shit. These little kids be having the newest shit. Man, I'll fuck these kids up. I'm the new Bernie Mac. I'll take over for him. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. I'll fuck these kids up, though. Yeah, kids be saying, you got games on your phone? And that's the new Debo. You remember when Debo used to press people? What you got on my 40, homie? Now you got to watch out for these kids. Got any games on your phone? Hell nah, bro. Motherfuckers got all types of booty shots from chicks, dick pics. Hell nah. You ain't touching my phone. Hell no. You got it. No, I ain't got no games. I got like 2 apps. I got 2 apps. Yeah, Facebook and Twitter. Yeah, no, badass kids. He said that pretty back. I ain't scared of you. There's gonna be some furniture moving. Facts. Yeah, man, these little kids be bad as fuck. Don't let a kid have a little bit of money too. You know, like whoever had a birthday or something, kids be pulling out wads on your ass. Like, where you get that? Let me get a little piece of that. Where you get that? Like they going to a strip club. They got this much ones and some of them be having some big bills and shit, paying for shit. Hold on. Like, damn, where you get this money from? These little badass kids. Motherfucking romper room. I'm gonna rob the bank and shit. Y'all don't know about that Bay Area shit, that romper room. Man, come on. Out of all my siblings, I'm proud to admit I was the slickest one. What number kid are you? Youngest, oldest, middle? How many siblings you got, Icy? Nah, I'm a proud parent and my kids have the most updated items from doing well in school. You got 9 kids? Damn. This man got a whole Wayans family. That's cool though. How you gonna say just kidding? Hey, I was about to say he got money. Motherfucker about 9 iPhones and shit. Bro, when I worked at Best Buy, this was years ago before this boxing shit. I worked at Best Buy and they was telling me then like, oh yeah, I'm here to get an iPad for my kid. I'm like, for what? And well, I didn't say it like that. But basically the lady was telling me it's a requirement that they have a tablet. I'm like, what the fuck? Where your kid go? What school that? Beverly Hills 90210? But I guess, it's just a sign of the times. Y'all kids, because I ain't got no kids. Y'all kids have to have tablets and shit? Y'all kids have to have tablets for school? Damn, this shit crazy. What school they go to? Jetson Middle School? Damn. Tablet? Bro, how they broke parents like barely getting by? How they get a tablet and shit? That's crazy. They get them in school now? Hey, I'm finna be on some Billy Madison shit. I'm about to gaffle them. Yeah, y'all shouldn't have told me that. I'm finna be at this school. They be like, "Are you sure you're 8?" Yeah, I'm finna be on some Billy Madison shit. Now you're all in big trouble. Mortal Kombat's a good game, but I prefer Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong sucks. You know something? You suck. Yeah, all right. They got iPads, bro. Yeah, I'm finna be at that elementary school from now on. I'm finna be out there. Nah, I'm just playing. Kind of. Mine got a cell phone. I don't make enough money for that. Hey, you a fool, bro. Hey. Oh, my God. That's fucked up, though. Stealing hella kids' iPads and shit, man. Fuck these drawings. Put it in the bag. All their homework is gone. Their little kids will be crushed and shit. You get that badass kid, DeMario and shit. You look at his cookies and history. That shit say Pornhub. Bro, you was on Pornhub? What's that? You know what this shit is in the... I seen the shit in your cookies. I seen that in the history. You motherfucker be on Pornhub, bro. You could check the homework online. Parents get the password. Oh, shit. I'm glad I ain't a kid in this generation. Because they start implementing your kid missed school and you have to... Then they'll have the automated thing called a house. I was truant than a motherfucker, bro. I'll just go to the crib and answer the phone because I memorized, well, not memorized, but I just kind of figured out the time it would come and I just waited by the phone because it'd be like, your student at the blah, blah, blah high school was absent for these classes. I was like, oh, really? Okay. Thanks for bro. I'll make sure my parents sit here. I'll answer the phone on a half a ring. It'd be like, hello? My mom was like, who is that? Oh yeah, it was a collect call. Your son or daughter, Ego, did not attend his classes, bro. Won't be needing this anymore. Bro, I'll make sure I catch that call. Fuck that. Yeah, it's definitely a different generation. D Nice says shit here in Florida. Hold on. Hold on. This is a whole Netflix comedy special. Everything we're talking about. Shit here in Florida, they don't even teach them script. How the fuck they gonna sign their name? What script? Was that cursive? I don't heard no one say script. That's cursive writing. That's crazy. Florida's y'all tripping, bro. They don't teach cursive. They don't teach cursive though. I guess everything is typing, but man, that's crazy. You motherfuckers still writing like fucking Naruto and shit with stick let man, that's crazy. School's lazy than a bitch. You teach your own kids cursive. We ain't wasting no time talking. You ever get that lazy ass teacher that just wheel that TV in and have y'all watch a movie? Bro, I swear I was in middle school and I should say his name, but I don't know if he's still around or whatever, teaching and all that. But anyway, bro, he would just wheel in the TV and have us watching movies. Like, it was an English class and we were watching like, you know, Jurassic Park movies and shit that Tango and Cash and shit that like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just weird, just, man, fucking Game of Thrones and shit. Like, shit that didn't have nothing to do with English. Oh, yeah, watch this new Star Wars. What the fuck? Star Wars? This shit crazy. Icy said these new mumble rappers be speaking in cursive. Hey, somebody do a light check. He said New York definitely ain't teaching no cursive. That's crazy. They don't even teach cursive anymore. Bro. They don't even know how to sign their name in cursive. They be like, you know how to sign? Yeah, I know how to sign. It's fucking Treyway, bitch. It says Treyway on mine. Yeah, I know how to sign. Oh shit. Man, if y'all don't get these likes, I'm about to get out of this motherfucker, bro. Hold on, what do you mean no grading? You don't have no grades. What the man? This shit is weird. Icy, tell them they got to get these likes up. How do you have a class with no grading? There's some lazy ass teachers. I ain't grading shit. Man, fuck you. Fuck your work. I'm finna watch this new Bad Baby video. Fuck this. Lazy ass teachers. What? They don't grade. They all grade on the computer? Damn. Damn. y'all bugging me out talking about this. Icy, tell him. Try to tell him. I guess maybe it'll help if I get back to boring. I didn't come here for this kid shit. Get to the goddamn boxing. These motherfuckers be so hostile. Like I ain't put the work in. I don't have any goddamn kids. I came to talk about that squared circle. You motherfucker. I want to talk about boxing. That's it. Lomachenko better fight Teofimo. Because guess what? Lomachenko's team, now they're petitioning. They don't want to fight in New York. Y'all heard that? Because that dude, Mick Connellan, fought Nicotine or whatever his name is. Egis Clemens, he manages his career too. And he manages that guy's career. And I guess they didn't like the scorecard. They didn't like the scorecard. Like they thought it was so wide, and that fight card was in New York. So now they saying they don't want to fight Teofimo in New York. Bro, it must be nice to have the complexion for the protection. This is crazy. Lomachenko fought all these fights. He fought Rigondeaux, so you could fight Rigondeaux in New York, but Teofimo, because he's from New York, now you don't want to fight New York. Loma did not say New York was too cold. Oh my gosh. He from the Ukraine. It ain't cold out that motherfucker. Bro, he just did that video where he's talking about the franchise thing. I seen snow in the bathroom. Oh, I was about to say, he talking about it's too cold. Ukraine look cold in the motherfucker. I was about to say, he really don't want to fight then. If that's your complaint. Bro, he said he does not want to fight New York, his team. But guess what? Do you notice a pattern in boxing? Fighters, why do fighters always downplay the other fighter and the whole world knows that fighter is at least somewhat of a threat? Do you notice that? Like Kelp Brook, everybody was talking about, you got to fight Errol Spence, fight Errol Spence. And he was like, oh, I basically can't get up for a fight like that. And he's Jeff Lacey. He did all this stalling. And then what happened when they fought? He got knocked out. Good fight, but he got knocked out. Right? Lomachenko told Teofimo, who is this Teo? He's like, who is he? What has he done? And then when they asked him about LJ, what's up, baby? When they asked Lomachenko about the Teofimo, his voice cracked. After he knocked out Comey. And what Lomachenko said, they said, oh, what'd you think of the knockout? He was like, oh, I don't know. What was that? Bro, he said he don't know what that was. What you mean? What, you don't know what it was? He knocked the man out. Who seen that? Who heard that interview ESPN did? His voice cracked, bro. His voice cracked, and he said, I don't know what that was. He knocked the man out, and the guy got up real quick with no legs.
Vasily, you famously said, who is this Teofimo?
See?
Now he is a world champion. Do you want to fight him to unify?
Yes, of course. Now he's a world champion, and welcome to my club, Vasily.
Bro, did you hear his voice crack? He said, he's a world champion. Y'all didn't hear his voice crack? That's just me. He said, yes, of course. Bro, his voice cracked.
You famously said, who is this Teofimo? Now he is a world champion. Do you want to fight him to unify?
Yes, of course. Now he's a world champion, and welcome to
Bro,
my club.
I heard that. I know y'all heard that yodel in there. These motherfuckers had that Aaron Neville. Everybody play. Bro, he had that Aaron Neville to his voice. I heard. I'll be listening to this shit. I'll be listening. He said with a long pause, everybody play. Yeah. That's how Aaron Neville be singing. Yeah. But if I could fight Teofimo. Like, what the? Do that in your throat, bruh.
Who is this Teofimo? Now he is a world champion. Do you want to fight him to unify?
Yes, of course. Now he's a world champion, and welcome to my club. And see you in April.
So we'll see that fight in April. What did you see in Teofimo Lopez's performance tonight?
I can explain because it was just a couple rounds, and I don't understand what happened.
Bro, he said, I can't explain because it was just a couple rounds and I don't understand what happened. Bro, he knocked Richard Comey out. There's not much to understand. What?
I can explain because it was just a couple rounds, and I don't understand what happened. This is boxing. This is. Это вот почему мы его любим.
That's why we love him. That's why we love this is boxing. That's why we love it. In terms of his performance, did he do anything to impress you? Power, speed, anything that you saw?
He always has a power, and he's a smart fighter. But it depends your opponent.
2019 was a big.
See, you don't sound like you want to give credit. He said it depends on who's your opponent. Bro, Richard Comey, Richard Comey would have beat a lot of guys that Lomachenko fought, for sure. His knockout percentage was crazy. This is what I love about this new media stuff. It all comes full circle. Listen, look at, just tell me if this new media shit is not real. I told you, all you have to do is speak the truth. If you speak the truth shall set you free. Listen. All right. So, Gennady Golovkin ducked Derevyanchenko. He knew Derevyanchenko was a rough, rugged, tough fighter, and he didn't want to squander or potentially ruin his Canelo money when Canelo failed a drug test and wouldn't be free until September. So he didn't get that Canelo 2 bag, and the IBF said, all right, you got to fight Derevyanchenko. And he was like, no. He's like, why am I going to fight Derevyanchenko? Because he knew it was going to be a rough fight. When they fought a year later, what happened? What happened? What happened when they just fought recently? All y'all say, oh, Triple G beat Canelo 2 times. Okay, what happened when he fought Derevyanchenko? What happened when smash the like button? What happened when Triple G fought Derevyanchenko? Y'all can't hear? Receipts speak louder than words. Icy's pick was right, but the judges gave Triple G. See, exactly. He said he got that ass whooped. That's what I'm saying. So now it comes back full circle. You see why he didn't want to fight Derevyanchenko before Canelo. But they were making, oh, who's Derevyanchenko? He's nobody. Triple G will wash him. All right. In new media, we didn't say that. Same thing with Kell Brook. Kell Brook, I was like, man, he got to fight Errol Spence. This is what I said on my channel. Kell Brook's a talented fighter. He got to fight his mandatory Errol Spence. I need to see that. Kell Brook was saying, oh, I can't get up for a fight like this, and who is Errol Spence, and you Americans overrate him, and he's Jeff Lacey. What happened when they fought? He lost by stoppage, right? So, like I said, look at the track record. You know, Lomachenko was acting like he didn't know who Teofimo was, and now he's like, oh, he's good, he's a smart fighter, I don't know what just happened, and this type of stuff. Had no guys. LJ's funny. Now Lomachenko all of a sudden. So earlier this year, when he was fighting Corolla, he's like, who is this guy? Who is this Teofimo guy? We don't know him. What has he done? Well, Teofimo has a knockout of the year that's way more impressive than anything Lomachenko's done this year. Who disagrees? Who believes Lomachenko has a performance considering like everything considered? Bro, Lomachenko took more rounds to get Anthony Corolla out than challenger fighting champion and a respected champion who was a little bit taller than him with the 80-something% knockout ratio. How many rounds was the Anthony Corolla fight with Lomachenko? And to me, it was multiple punches. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo really just did everything with the first punch. He caught him with the left hook, and then he hit him with a solid right, and I heard it said, bam. It did not take 7. Was it 7? Was it 7 for real? Seven? That's what I'm saying. Didn't Pedraza, it was Linares. Man, Crawford's a beast. Look at this finish. Did you see how he feinted? He hit him with 2 lefts, and then he got close when he was on the ropes, and he feinted like he was going to throw the left, and then he switched and hit him with a right uppercut. That man Crawford is bad, bro. Watch. Look, left. That man's bad. Left. Fake the left. Bow. Oh. That man nasty, bro. He threw 2 lefts. He said, yeah, and hurt him with those. Then he faked the left, like feinted him, then switched and hit him with the right uppercut, bro. Crawford's a dog. But listen to this Teofimo punch, bro. Listen to this Teofimo punch. Oh my gosh. Oh. Man. When you hear the leather make that noise, it's too swift. When it make that just crispy ass where you just hear it, that shit just sounded too crisp. Bro, he was foolish to try to get up that fast though. But I guess it all happened so quick, so you just like fighter instinct. Oh, let me get up. Julian J. Rock Williams. That's exactly how it sounded when Charlo countered with that right up. I think it was a right uppercut, and it says, and then same thing. J. Rock was like, "What the fuck?" It tried to get up. Bro, that Lopez punch sounded like he was whispering a secret. That's that. He hit him with that silencer, that whisper. I love when the leather make that noise, bro. That's how you know somebody. Just watch the Charlo fight. That Charlo knockout is like top shelf. That shit top shelf. When the gloves say, nah. When Charlo knocked out J-Rock, the first knockdown with that counter right, that shit was sick, bro. These fighters getting too talented, man. Fuck all this. Hey, I seen your work. Hey, I've seen your work, bro. I'm gonna pull out the strap on all the fighters. They were like, yeah, I heard of your video. I've seen your work. I ain't trying to fight this type of shit. But Crawford, man, he dogged with that. Bro, he feinted with the left and then switched up on him and came with a whole different angle. You have to know what you're doing. You have to even have this in you have to have agility and ability and timing. Roy Jones is ridiculous. That Montel Griffin, bro, he was like far away and then just lunged in with this shit. Like, that shit crazy. I call it a hoopercut because it was like a hook plus an uppercut. The hoopercut. That man just and it's like, damn, he didn't even know if he would knock him out, but it did. And dude's falling and shit. And he's like, even to stay, like when you do what Roy Jones did, to stay upright without like toppling over, it takes like balance and stuff. Because the guy's falling, you could fall in with him if you don't have good balance. You know what I'm saying? But Roy Jones didn't. Too athletic. Crawford's athletic as fuck, bro. I love the Vinny Pazienza fight, though. Roy was getting off. But I like Pazienza had some, he was like, yeah, like he was like trying to egg it on. That was a classic. Didn't Charlo block the punch? Yeah, it was a counter. It was a counter shot. It was just beautiful. Ronnie Shields don't get enough credit, bro. He be having fighters uppercut looks too nasty, too sweet. But anyway, Teofimo, Loma, I'm looking, man, 2020 is gonna be a good year. I'm looking forward to that. Lomachenko versus Teofimo. Now there can't be no excuses. Loma told him that's what I'm saying. That old media shit, that shit don't work. That shit don't last but too long. You can't deny greatness. Lomachenko told this kid to get a belt. The kid got a belt. So, to be honest, it made you look kind of crazy. You were trying to act like you doubted him. You didn't doubt that he was capable of it. You didn't want to put your belts up against him. And see, just like Golovkin with the Derevchenko situation, Golovkin already ducked Derevchenko. He already ducked Charlo as the mandatory. So when the fight came back around and he wasn't a champion, he had no reason to not fight Derevchenko. Canelo's fight with Derevchenko, that fell apart. And Golovkin was the next man up. So DAZN's paying you all this money. You're not a champion. How are you going to turn down the same guy for an opportunity at a belt when you have 0 belts and you just fought Steve Rolls? So he had to fight Derevchenko, or it would have looked extremely bad if he didn't fight Derevchenko again. Same thing with Lomachenko. Lomachenko did like Kilbrook did to Errol Spence. Try to act like you didn't see this guy underneath you making all this noise. And then, months later, he impressively gets a title. So that didn't really last too long. Oh, who is Teofimo? Well, you know who he is now. You're at his fight. Scoping out the winner. And he got a belt. So now you have no choice but to know who he is. And that's the beautiful thing about boxing. If these fighters stay focused, it will come. You just got to keep doing this. Same thing. Do you notice this? They do this to black fighters more often. Deontay Wilder. Bro, this man has this is why I appreciate Deontay Wilder's struggle. Bro, he was subjected to all types of criticism and all this. They did not want to see him successful. They did not want to see him grow. They were saying, oh, no one knows him and he can't sell. He's only worth 12 mil. You see listen to what Eddie Hearn was saying. Listen to me, people. Old media, like, we should line them up and slap the fuck out of them. Listen to what they say. I'm telling you, you can change. Your whole life can change in a day. So imagine what you can do in a year. In 1 year, Deontay Wilder went from Eddie Hearn purposefully lowballing him with no pay-per-view, offering him a flat fee of $12.5 million. Then he upped it to, what did he up it to? 15, 17. What was it? It was a flat fee. How much did they up it to? The 15. All right, thank you. Brooklyn Mac. Shout out to the Brooklyn Mac. Right? That was for Joshua. So the biggest fight in boxing, you believe your first offer. Remember, Eddie was like, oh, I'm good with numbers. And there's no guarantee how big that fight will be. So 12.5 to 15 million is enough. They said Wilder got like 20 million or better to fight a guy he had already knocked out just a year later. You see? So imagine if somebody listened to what Eddie Hearn was saying. You offered for AJ because you were scared and you didn't think he would take it for that low ball money because we all knew. Listen, this is old media. They said it wasn't a low ball. They said, oh, Wilder should just take it. Wilder didn't take it, fought Brazil, knocked him out, rematched Luis Ortiz, and they said he got more than what Eddie Hearn was offering him for Joshua a year before. DAZN offered Wilder a 3-fight deal, which he wouldn't have been able to fight Joshua because Joshua had to settle the score and lose to Ruiz. And they offered him 20 million, 40 million, 40 million. So what happened to all that stuff they were saying? Wilder's ridiculous. He should have took the deal. Wilder was his own boss. He bet on himself, entrusted his team, but had some, boss privileges to make sure certain things went to his liking as well. And now look at him. He's about to be in another huge fight. If he got 20 million for a Ortiz 2 fight, a guy he hasn't knocked out on pay-per-view. I mean, he knocked him out, but he came back alive or whatever. He gonna make some serious money. There is no way, unless AJ fights the winner, there is nobody, listen to me, there's nobody Joshua could fight that's bigger than Wilder Fury. Unless he fights the winner. There's no fight he can have in 2020. You hear me? Listen to me. You hear me? Name one person that he can fight without fighting Wilder Fury winner that is bigger than Wilder Fury. Worldwide, not just in the UK or some bullshit. It ain't possible, exactly. Ain't nobody, and it damn sure ain't gonna come at the hands of the people he's rumored to fight, Usyk and old media is in so much trouble. It ain't nothing changed. New media, DAZN. I think, people are like, oh, Mikey signed. Okay, what does that do, bro? Listen, DAZN. Listen. DAZN makes some crazy decisions to me. They really do. There's no way they're not in the red. Name one of their fight season fights that you feel there was no controversy and people were left satisfied. Simple question. Their second half of the year, name one fight that you think the average fan was left satisfied and there was no controversy regarding the outcome. Nothing that left a sour taste in the mouths of fans. Everyone's like, oh, that was a fair outcome. He said, I can't. Exactly. And DAZN, he said Dillian's still ducking Ortiz. Bro, and that's the thing. They keep saying the man's 50-year-old. How come Wilder keep knocking out Luis Ortiz? He did it twice, and still ain't nobody calling him out. They keep saying he's old, and they don't want to. Wilder knocked him out twice. He showed you it's possible, and you still ain't heard no motions. That you heard about Dillian White might fight Usyk might fight Chisora. You still ain't heard nobody mention Luis Ortiz's name outside of Wilder, who had the balls to face him. Bro, good luck to the UK. Y'all gonna have a rough year because the matchmaking like this is not gonna resonate on a global level. If the UK love these fights and pay for it, then that's your business. But it's just not. These aren't, bro. The UK. I'm not even trying to be rude, but by and large for boxing, they had that moment of shine for a period of time where they had like 13, 14 concurrent champions, and that quickly faded. Now it's like they've lost the motion. They don't have no type of motion. Dillian White was on the sideline. He's coming off of a performance where he didn't look good against a guy Gerald Miller ran through. AJ, people were now like, this is how you know AJ's performance. Listen, I think it's fair to say this. The only thing that was impressive with AJ's performance is how poor he looked in the first, and that he was able to correct that and come back and outbox. If he never fought Andy Ruiz in the first fight, and we just erased that from our memory, and he put on that type of performance, I don't think anyone would be impressed at all. The only reason that some people are even giving an iota of credit is because he looked the exact opposite of that before. But it wasn't really impressive. It wasn't like, oh, this knockout artist is must-see TV. It wasn't that type of performance. It was a discipline. I got to get this victory by any means necessary, and my best chance is to stick and move and keep moving and deal with the critics. That's it. So it's going to be rough because, like, I don't know one person that is elated except for Bob Arum in Top Rank to see AJ versus Kubrat Pulev. Literally a fight AJ was supposed to have 2-3 years ago, and then Pulev pulled out 2 weeks before the fight. I mean, that's like, ain't nobody checking for that. Like on a worldwide level. Now this thing about Mikey Garcia, he's signing to DAZN. From what I understand, I ain't looked all the way into it, but it's a 1-fight deal. And if something to the effect of, if he gets an offer from somebody else like PBC, Eddie Hearn has the opportunity to match that, give him the same amount of money. I mean, it's ridiculous. That is by far one of the dumbest contracts that I've heard. Right? By far one of the dumbest contracts that I've heard. You finally get Mikey Garcia, but you get him coming off of a loss. I'm just asking from a DAZN perspective. Help me understand it from a DAZN perspective. You've been pursuing Mikey Garcia when he was undefeated even. Now Mikey Garcia took a horrible loss in March where he lost every round, and I was there. He didn't do well, almost got stopped in the 9th. Hasn't fought since then, unless you consider an exhibition with Eric Morales where they both kind of looked out of shape, like they had gained some weight, But they did it for charity, did it for a good cause. And he has not fought the remainder of the calendar year. And you finally get him, but that's what you're getting him off of really his worst pro year since his inactivity years. Because he took an L. He lost every round until it wasn't like a Sean Porter, Errol Spence loss. Sean Porter lost to Errol too, but he didn't lose like Mikey. And then you finally get him. So I'm happy for Mikey. I mean, he's securing the bag, and that's what's important. Like these fighters, Mikey was on the sideline, so I can't blame him. Top Rank and him didn't see eye to eye. He couldn't fight for 3 years, so he making up for lost time. Cash out, get all the money you can in this fucking game. So I can't be mad at that, especially knowing what Mikey's been through. But what I'm saying is, to me, it's not really for DAZN. They're just so. Their bottom line is this: Mikey comes from a fight family. He's of Mexican American descent, and they're trying to clout chase the Hispanic Mexican audience. That's what this is about. So they're probably going to overpay him for a fight that they can't match him with somebody, most likely, that's going to generate the real buzz that like DAZN. This is what I do not understand about this whole DAZN thing. You have to understand it's about compelling fights. You can't just have one name, like Deontay Wilder say, one name, and then you just think no matter who he's fighting, everybody's just finna flock over for that one fight. Unless you have that type of fight that people are demanding and want to see. So I feel like DAZN, it's just like, it's like, look at the people there. I feel like the fighters are able to play DAZN, and DAZN is just paying for it. You get what I'm saying? Like the fighters is just running amok, get the money, and it like, okay, so here's an example. This is not my wishes or anything. I have so many questions. Mikey Garcia, he just lost. We don't know how he's gonna look. Look how Andy Ruiz just looked. Mikey Garcia has a reason. Andy Ruiz had no reason to show up like that because he was coming off his best career win. Mikey's coming off his worst pro night and a long layoff. Who you gonna put him in there with? You understand what it is? You understand what I'm saying? Bro, he has not fought since March and he's coming off of a loss. You're paying him 7, 8, 9, 10 million. That's cool for him. Now, I'm not mad at Mikey. Get your money. But what I'm saying, okay, so you're paying him 10 million and he's coming off of a loss. I mean, I don't know how much they're paying him, but I'm assuming 5 to 10, 12 million, 15 million, whatever, right? If Mikey chose it, you're cashing out. You had to offer him some legit money because he was, he has more options with PBC. So to lure him over, he's basically manipulating the board, playing the sides against each other. And then now when the money got to a point where he's like, all right, fuck it, I'll fight for these guys for one fight. Fuck it. So he like he raised the price, got his price up. Listen to me. He got his price up. Probably played PBC. Okay, what can you do for me? All right, DAZN, what can you do for me? And then now the price is hiked up, his asking price. And now he's getting that type of money. Like, he's like, all right, I'll give him a fight. And then now he's going to go to DAZN. So who the fuck you going to put him in there with? I can tell you with a decent certainty, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, nothing is nothing, but I would say with a 92% certainty, it's not going to be no major marquee fight that people are, it's not going to be better than Mikey versus Danny, Mikey versus Pacquiao. Who's it going to be? Mikey versus Jesse Vargas, that's an option for sure. That's not a big fight to me. It's just not. So once again, DAZN is constantly in a situation. Mikey versus Bud don't make sense. Bud fights on Top Rank. See, y'all got to be able to keep up. That don't make sense, bro. We're talking about DAZN. Top Rank is not finna send Terrence Crawford, who's knocking people out, to DAZN. When they got this deal with ESPN, that's one of their bigger stars that they've invested money into. That doesn't even make sense. Come on, y'all got to keep up. Realistic, who is Mikey going to fight on DAZN? Regis Prograis. Okay, let's say that's not a bad fight, but he's coming off of a loss. You know what I'm saying? I think Regis Prograis, he fought his last fight on DAZN. I think he's kind of in that free agency type of thing. Didn't Eddie try to get Pac-Man? Pacquiao owes one more fight to. Okay, see. Mikey's fighting. It's leap year next year. Mikey's fighting on February 29th. Pacquiao, per Sean Gibbons, is fighting in March or April. Right? So Pacquiao still owes Heyman one more fight, and it's after the date of Mikey. So Mikey's first fight on DAZN is happening before Pacquiao's last owed fight. So it's not going to be Pacquiao versus Mikey on DAZN unless Pacquiao leaves Heyman after his next fight and goes to DAZN, or buys himself out of his contract and doesn't fight in March or April which I don't think is the plan. I haven't heard anything about Pacquiao saying he's not going to fulfill his contract with Al Heyman. And Pacquiao's pretty good about that. And Pacquiao's a superstitious and loyal person, you have to keep in mind. So bottom line is probably not going to be Pacquiao. It wouldn't be Pacquiao until after. Amir Khan. Okay, he just quit in his fight and then fought Billy Dibb, who's a featherweight. That's bro, I'm telling you, it's who is he going? That's why. Okay, if they had so many options, then why didn't they announce who he's gonna fight? Bro, they are clout chasing Mexicans. They are clout chasing the Hispanic demographic, but they don't even realize what they're getting themselves into. You're picking up Mikey. This is beneficial to Mikey. He could play the sides against each other, get $7 to $10 million for probably a fight, a tune-up style fight, or a fight that's not as dangerous as Pacquiao or something. Fuck it, bro. They're not gonna put Mikey Garcia trains in this. His trainer, Virgil Ortiz's trainer, is Mikey's brother. So it's not like it's going to be that. So count that out. Mikey was in attendance for Virgil Ortiz's. That would be the best fight. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. But that's not going to happen. Mikey was just at Virgil Ortiz's fight to support him, and their brother trains both. So you know that's not going to fight. That's not going to fly. Josh Taylor, I don't think he's with Eddie Hearn, though. He was in the World Boxing Super Series. So I don't know if Josh Taylor is I think he has another promoter. So Eddie Hearn would have to acquire him first. Josh Taylor, that's not bad, but like that's a cool fight. But at the same time, Eddie Hearn has to acquire Josh Taylor. And I'm just being that's still not a big fight to me. Like, I respect it. I fuck with Josh Taylor. I liked his performance. I picked Regis to win that, and I was wrong on that. But that's not a big global fight. It's not a big global fight. If anything, you put in the UK if Mikey's willing to go to the UK. But you got to look at it. Okay, so you paying Mikey $7, $8, $9, $10 million, and you're paying him $10 million to fight in Josh Taylor's backyard? Yeah, I heard Maidana's fighting, but I'm not checking for that like that. He said a one-fight deal would be crazy. That's a belt and a money grab for Mikey. That's what I'm saying. That it don't make sense. And then, like I said, the clause that I've heard is if he gets an offer from elsewhere. This is just what the information that's out. Eddie Hearn has to have the opportunity to match it. So basically, if Pacquiao re-ups with Al Heyman and let's say Pacquiao wins his next fight, and then Al Heyman wants to put Pacquiao versus Mikey. Mikey can go there, but Eddie Hearn has to have the opportunity to try to match it. But again, from what I understand, that's a stupid game plan. You sign him to, from what's being reported, you signed him to a one-fight deal, right? And he's coming off of a loss and a long-ass layoff, the longest layoff of his career since the legal bullshit with Top Rank. We don't even know if it's the same Mikey, and you gonna overpay him most likely for the level of competition he's probably gonna fight. So you're gonna just match him super tough after Errol Spence beat him 12 rounds out of 12? So that's beneficial to Mikey, and it's beneficial to Al Heyman, because now Mikey, you're basically overpaying him for a tune-up. So PBC don't have to worry about it. And then if he looks good and looks like regular old Mikey, then now he's a free agent, or you have to match whatever offer he gets. What if Al Heyman says, okay, I'm going to give you Pacquiao? How is Eddie Hearn going to match that to the point where it makes sense? Because we know if Mikey takes a tune-up and looks good, and Pacquiao fights whoever he fights and looks good. Let's say Pacquiao, Sergey Lipinets, and they both look good in their next fight, and then Al Heyman re-ups with Pacquiao and says, hey, we want to make Mikey Garcia versus Pacquiao, or we want to make Mikey Garcia versus Danny Garcia. Those are big PBC options for him. How is Eddie Hearn going to match it? He might have the money to match it, but it's not going to make sense, because whatever Pacquiao versus Mikey would generate at that point, if Mikey gets a win in the win column and Pacquiao wins again, it would be foolish to try to match it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because, like, let's say Al Heyman will say Pacquiao won again, Mikey won, so we want to make that fight. And then Pacquiao goes to PBC, right? And then they're going to give Pacquiao $20 million and they're going to give Mikey $20 million. I'm just saying hypothetically, right? Then Eddie Hearn, was he going to match it? And he's like, no, we're giving Mikey $20 million. And then you're going to give him $20 million to fight who? So you're going to be overpaying him again, and you don't have nobody for him, and you're not on pay-per-view. Bro, do you guys see what I'm saying? DAZN is not doing pay-per-view. So you're going to match, bro, why would you sign him to a one-fight deal with the option to match? So if they offer him $20 million, you're going to match it for what? Who's he going to fight on DAZN in a second fight for that you're going to pay him $20 million for? That makes sense. So it's a weird, that's how I understand the deal from what I've heard. So to me, that's really weird, because you're basically picking up Mikey's tune-up, and then he's going to be a free agent for the most part. And you know Al Heyman and maybe even Top Rank. What if Top Rank says, oh, we want Mikey versus Terrence Crawford on ESPN pay-per-view, and we're going to offer him $25 million. So Eddie Hearn's going to match that, and he don't have a fight that's bigger than Terrence Crawford, Mikey Garcia. So I don't see how that's going to work. So, okay, we'll match it. We're going to give Mikey so he stays here. Okay, so now you're paying Mikey 25, and he's stuck on DAZN. He's still fighting on DAZN. But you don't have no fight that's worth paying him $25 million. Do you guys see how this doesn't really make sense? And here's another thing. No pay-per-view. DAZN is opt-in, opt-out type of program whenever you want. So let's say all of Mikey fans come in and they do great ratings. That's 1 month, whatever month he fights. And then if he leaves, then his fans leave. It still doesn't answer your, how do you build a sustainable audience without a long-term foot soldier? You know what I mean? Mikey's smart as hell. I would do it too. Let DAZN pick up your tune-up fight. They're going to overpay you more than PBC probably would pay you for that level of fight. And then now you're back in the negotiating with maybe Top Rank. You know, what if they say, oh, we want you to fight Teofimo. He just beat Lomachenko. Then he can go to Top Rank. If PBC is like, yo, bro, bottom line, if PBC said, hey, we want you, Danny Garcia just knocked out Ivan Redcash. We want you to fight, Broner's coming off a significant win. Manny Pacquiao wants to fight you. The bottom line is Top Rank and PBC have better options for Mikey. If Loma beats Teofimo, can you imagine Loma versus Mikey Garcia? That would be big. If Teofimo knocked out Loma, then Mikey versus Teofimo, I would love to see that. If Terrence Crawford needs an opponent and he can't get nobody, I would love to see that. Mikey and same thing with what's the name? Pacquiao. If he stays with Heyman, Danny Garcia, if he looks good, Danny Garcia, there's just more options. Who does DAZN have that they're going to really match somebody's thing? And I'm not saying they don't have finances where they couldn't match, but is it going to be sensible to match? If they're like, yeah, we giving Mikey Garcia $15 million plus he can get, you know, basically back end money, this commission from pay-per-view, because Danny Garcia will be on Fox pay-per-view. You know, Pacquiao fight with Mikey would be on Fox pay-per-view. How you going to match that? because he has a flat base rate, plus he has the option the more pay-per-view it sells. ESPN and PBC are still in the pay-per-view business if they have a worthy pay-per-view. So again, I don't even see how that one fight deal shit benefits DAZN. You just giving away free money. Or what are you gonna get? So here, okay, Mikey, we don't even know how he's gonna look coming off of what he's coming off of, a one-sided beatdown. What if he looked rusty and he's getting dropped? So now you paid him $10, $12 million, whatever you're paying him, and he's not even putting on a good performance. That's just too much. You're so desperate to get Mexican fans and Hispanic fans that you want to assume the potential liability, and or what if he looks great? Okay, he looks great. Now he's going to start getting deals. Yeah, Mikey got the finesse, bro. Because he has a one-fight deal. If he looks great, then PBC and Top Rank might have something for him. And they're all better fights. So what is Eddie Hearn going to not have a Terrence Crawford, not have a Teofimo Lomachenko winner for him, and not have a Pacquiao or Danny Garcia or Keith Thurman fight for him, and match a potential pay-per-view just for the sake of matching it? Do you see what I'm saying? You know, hey, I know PBC, those PBC guys offered you $20 million. I'll give you $30 million. It's not an auction like that. That's what I'm saying. Boxing is about the matchups. You'll look foolish just trying to outbid somebody and keep going just to, we're keeping Mikey. And then now you're the highest bidder, and now you have to pay Mikey $30 million for a fight that's not on pay-per-view, that you're not gonna get a return on your investment. That's just, this is like the basic. It's just it's just stupid, bro. It is really stupid. We just watched Andy Ruiz go from winning every round to losing every round. Mikey, and he had no reason to look like that. Like he was at the best win of his career. Mikey just had the worst pro fight of his career, and you're going to overpay him trying to get his fan base. You see what I'm saying? So we don't know how he's going to look. He's off a long layoff. When he was working with Heyman, he was active and he was undefeated. Now you're getting him no longer undefeated. Block Sean O'Bay. Get this motherfucker out. He's a rat. Icy, somebody. Get the rat boy out. Sean O'Bay. Sean O'Rat. Get him out of here. I don't answer to you. I don't talk to rats. They want me to talk to rats like Dr. Doolittle. Nah, I ain't talking to rat boy. Yeah, bye-bye, Sean O'Rat. Oh, man, where Icy go? Let me get the rat boy out of here. Hold on. All right, got him. Bro, DAZN is clout chasing Mexican fight fan because they're so desperate for Mexican fighter like Chavez because they think he's gonna run up the number. I ain't even heard nobody even talk about Jacob Chavez. I'm just telling you the cold, honest truth. I ain't heard nobody talking about the bro. Hello. I don't know if you guys know this. It is Chavez fight week. It is Chavez Jacobs fight week right now. I ain't heard nobody even talking about that. I ain't heard no one going to talk about that. And the thing is, I don't understand this whole methodology of, we got Mikey. You know, Mexican fans love him. Mexican Americans are going to stand by him. They're not just going to flock in droves unless you put them in there with somebody that we want to see. It don't matter. Black fan, white fan, Mexican, Puerto Rican, it don't matter. People ain't just like AJ, he's a name, But there's literally not many stars in the sport of boxing that, irregardless of their dance partner, they're going to do crazy numbers. The game ain't even like that no more. The better the opponent, the better it has a chance of succeeding. So DAZN is just stuck in a rut, searching and trying to get an event. Like, who is Mikey going to fight? That's all I want to know on DAZN. Reasonable. Don't say no Crawford or something that's unreasonable. Danny Garcia, somebody who's not even attached to that and has their own fight. Who? Name a reasonable fight that that Mikey could and should fight for $10 million in February. Okay, Khan was one fight removed from quitting. That's horrible. Who wants to watch Mikey Garcia versus Khan? I'll watch it, but bro, Khan gets dropped in too many fights, dog. I don't even want to see that like that. Back in the day, that would have been cool. So it's a realistic possibility. We're going to watch Kilbrook versus Mikey. Virgil Ortiz is trained by Mikey Garcia's brother. They're not going to fight. Virgil Ortiz just fought Brad Solomon and Mikey was in his corner. They're not going to fight. Why would he fight his stablemate? That's like, him fighting Jose Ramirez. They're stablemates. He ain't finna fight them. Okay, so who else? Who else is that's what I'm saying. Who else? He's not gonna fight. And the other thing is Virgil Ortiz has been looking really good, and he's at 147. We don't even know if 147 is Mikey's best division. Bro, his first fight and only fight at 147, he got tossed up. So people are saying, get out of 147. That's why I don't want to see Jesse Vargas. I don't even know if Mikey's threshold is 140. Cause he has Mikey's doing a money grab. Like, and I'm not mad at it. It makes sense for him. I don't even know how good Mikey is at 47 because I only have one fight to gauge and he lost every round. I was there, ringside. So I don't even know how Mikey would do at 147. Now, Pacquiao, he's been calling out the name, and Pacquiao's not a big 147. So, I told you guys the same thing. I said I would watch it, but it's dangerous because because he's coming off of a loss. But too big name, and I think that's just a bigger fight. Jesse Vargas was just fighting at 150, so he's gonna come back down to 147 for Mikey, and we don't even know how Mikey's gonna look coming off of a bad loss to Spence in a long layoff. Bro, he hasn't fought since March. By the time he fights, Mikey, bro, he playing the game. I give it to him. He's fighting on leap year, dog. He's fighting on February 29th. He just fought Errol Spence in March. So that's going to be literally like an 11-month, basically a year layoff. He ain't fought. DAZN finna pay him $10 million and the man ain't even fought. He ain't fought in a year and he's coming off his worst pro. They just going off the name and what they feel is the fan base. But again, so the question comes, do you match Mikey super dangerous in his first fight in a year? Or do you put him in there with something that's a fight he should win and try to get additional options? I don't know what weight he's I don't think he's going to 35 because who's DAZN have at 35? So I'm imagining 140, 147 or a catch weight in between. Who is he going to fight? Mikey has no belts. He got rid of his WBC. And I think the 140, didn't he? Okay, so Josh Taylor. Okay, so I don't see it. Josh Taylor's not signed to Eddie Hearn, to my knowledge. But here's the thing. Mikey's on a year layoff, basically. He just fought at 147, so he's going to have to cut to 140 on a year layoff to fight Josh Taylor, who just beat Regis Prograis. and is probably taller, where are you going to put that? You going to put that in Vegas? That's what I'm saying. It don't even make sense, bro. You're going to put that in Vegas. Does that seem like a Vegas fight? You know, Mikey fans. But Josh Taylor's a champion. Is he going to want to fight close to Mikey's homeland, or is he going to want to fight in the UK? Okay, put the fight in the UK then. Then it becomes a situation where it's not going to come on during prime times in America. Bro, it's the same conundrum over and over and over. Okay, put it in the O2 arena. So it's going to come on early for Americans, and it's not going to be in a big American fight. So you're paying the Mexican American $7 to $15 million or whatever to go fight in the UK. Bro, this is not a good strategy to me. Mikey can fight Chris Algieri. Okay, so Mikey versus Chris Algieri, who's a commentator on Top Rank. I don't know who he signed with or whatever, but I know he's with Christina Poncher commenting. So that's worth paying Mikey $10-15 million. Oh, okay. Bro, bro, I'm not saying he can, of course they have a date for him. He's going to fight somebody. But what I'm saying is, he going to fight somebody worth $5 to $15 million or whatever they're paying him? That's the question. Not will he fight someone. That's already decided. Who do they have that he could realistically fight? That's worth paying him $5 to $15 million, coming off a year layoff where we don't know how he's gonna look. And the Errol Spence, bro, Errol Spence might have put some years on Mikey. Mikey had a 3-year layoff, and now he's on a year layoff, and he ballooned up in weight or bulked up his weight or whatever you want to call it, and now he's coming down possibly in weight. So to me, I can't think of no options unless they pull some wild card that they have without putting an Al Heyman fighter in there or Top Rank or somebody. I literally can't think of anybody. Who you gonna fight? AJ, Dillian Wyatt? That's what I'm saying. It's like, did they even think this through, or they were so... Eddie Hearn, bro, he does not know the American market. He think he just get a Mexican fighter and then people gonna flock to it. That's not how it works. People actually cared about Juan Manuel Marquez and his rivals. People cared about Marco Antonio Barrera and Julio Cesar Chavez, Eric Morales and Barrera. Like, they cared about these fights. And they didn't just do it, flock to watch these fights because they was on HBO, or they were actually good fights that people wanted to see. Billy Joe Saunders versus Mikey? Oh, wow. You guys have lost your ever-loving mind. This man just said Billy Joe Saunders. Man, what? I don't know who y'all think Mikey is to be fighting at that weight, bro. What? Hey, K-Smooth said y'all wild. He said, is Billy Joe Saunders too heavy? What you mean? That shouldn't even be a question. What? I'm done, bro. Bro. He said that's these dudes is reaching like a motherfucker, bro. This is funny though. Billy Joe Saunders fights at 68. What? He said, bro, these ain't boxing people, clearly. Y'all tripping, talking about some Billy Joe. Or trolling for laughs. That was a good laugh, though. No, that's beyond casual. Hearn will match him against Josh Kelly or a Euro level guy. Horrible. That's what I'm saying, bro. Hearn acts like a spoiled rich kid. Here's why. He's trying to fight a battle that he's clearly losing. And he's been on Mikey's ass trying to lure someone. He finally got someone to bite. and you did all this for the competition. You don't have anyone for him. Okay. Mikey Garcia versus Devin Haney. When Devin Haney fights at 135, we don't know if Mikey can make 135. And Devin Haney just had a shoulder surgery and had to give up his belt. Literally, you guys don't know shit about boxing. Just face it. Bro, how's he gonna fight Haney? Haney don't even have a belt because he had a champion in recess. Bro, the DAZN curse strikes again. Didn't Eddie Hearn say that Devin Haney versus Javier Fortuna in March in the Bay Area? And then now Devin's out. And now y'all talk. So the man ain't gonna get no tune-up. Can Mikey make 135? You guys aren't even being realistic. It's like wasting my time. I'm about to get off. Listen, new media. They want me to be so wrong that you see how they have to reach. Bro, stop it. They want to be right so bad and they want me to be wrong. I've already thought about most different angles. Ain't nobody said something that I haven't thought of that seems like a feasible, realistic February 29th option. Bro, Devin got an arm sling right now. Mikey already has a date. It's December. How the fuck would Devin Haney be able to fight Mikey when he's on a one fight deal with a potential to, negotiate after? Henceforth, why they probably didn't announce his opponent with the announcement that he was coming over. Eddie Hearn's just trying to compete, bro. But you don't control the land. If Mikey's fighting at 147, it is a fact. PBC has all of the top guys, and Top Rank has the other one guy who's top guy, Terrence Crawford. There's no disputing that. The most proven guys at 147 are with PBC, and the only other one person is Terrence Crawford. But I don't like you're saying Devin Haney for Mikey. That's too many ifs, bro. That's too many what ifs. What if he moves to 140? He's not there. What if Mikey fights beyond the one fight deal? We don't know that. So that's just... Hey, K-Smooth, don't do me like that. I almost choked on this lifesaver. He said Mikey versus Ted Cheeseman. Man. Bro, that's what but that's what I'm saying. Eddie can't win like that. I'm telling you think Mexican Americans are going to... Well, that's a good example, but that's funny. You think Mexicans, Mexican Americans, niggas, or whoever is finna turn up crazy for Mikey versus some unknown guy? Like, honestly, is that what you guys think? That's how you think the game is wired right now? Okay, Progray's coming off of a loss. So Progray coming off a loss and Mikey coming off a loss, that's the fight to be made? That's okay, so two motherfuckers coming off of losses. I mean, it doesn't mean they're bad fighters, but I'm just saying, is that so that's worth $10 to $15 million for Mikey non-pay-per-view. Bro, I've already thought of all this stuff. I don't even understand. Y'all want to be right that bad? Bro, to me, from a business perspective, Eddie Hearn, since Mikey lost that way to Errol Spence and hasn't fought, he probably should have let Al Heyman have Mikey. But Eddie, being like spoiled rich dude, he kept fighting and kept fighting. Now Mikey gamed the system, and he finally got the amount of money that he felt was impressive. And now you got him, and you don't even know. I'm not saying Mikey won't train, but we do not know if Mikey's going to look the same based on the type of fight he was just in and a year layoff. DAZN is so desperate for the Hispanic market, the Mexican fans or whoever, that they're taking the gamble. See, the reason why the gamble makes sense for Al Heyman is because Mikey would have made cool money, but he wouldn't have to overpay Mikey like crazy, and he has better options. He can say Mikey versus Sergey Lipinets 2, Mikey versus Jose Cito Lopez, Mario Barrios, or he has too many. He has just so many different fights. Mikey could fight for a title against Mario Barrios. You know what I'm saying? And be right back at the title picture at 140. Put that in Texas. But Eddie, knowing damn well he don't really have no one for Mikey, he kept fighting and kept fighting. Now you got him, and now you're overpaying him. But who you gonna match him with? That's gonna resonate with the Mexican populace. Where you think La Raza is finna be like, yeah, fuck yeah. We want to see Mikey, like, you know what I'm saying? We want to see Mikey versus Ted Cheeseman, fucking queso. Bro, that's not how that works. You're going to have to still put Mikey in a fight that's worthy. Mikey, Maurice Hooker is still with DAZN. So he moved up in weight, and Jose Ramirez, Mikey's stablemate, just stopped him. So that's worth $15 million Mikey, $10 million Mikey, $5, $8 million, whatever they're paying him. Bro, look at all the options. I've already done this. They want to keep finding people. You find whoever you think you can find. Maurice Hooker, again, just because you lose, it's not the end of the world. But Hooker, bro, he was literally knocked out by Mikey's stablemate at 140. So what type of major fight do you think that's going to be, given that? Yeah, I think he had a comeback fight. But, bro, the Jose Ramirez fight was this year. It was when Tank fought Nunes. I was there at Tank's fight. So that's still too recent for people. So it's you guys could try your best to make me look wrong, but I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Maurice Hooker, what I'm saying, you got to understand this. Chavez Jr., he had a fight since the Canelo fight, but it was in Monterrey, Mexico, and a lot of people didn't know about it. So in the eyes of many, if it was so low level and below the radar, you might have missed it. Right? You might have missed it. So in the eyes of many, people just look at Chavez Jr. as like, they think in their real mind his very last fight was Canelo, and it was a horrible performance. Same thing with like Maurice Hooker. Some people didn't watch his last fight. He just recently fought. So in the eyes, the bigger fight he was recently in, that's in everybody's memory, is the Jose Ramirez fight. So I just feel like, I mean, I don't know who Eddie's going to match him with. Kell Brook, man, what? That's what I'm saying. Bro, it's horrible. Where's Kell Brook even been since the Michael Zarafa fight? And then Kell Brook is kind of big for Mikey, bro. We don't even know if Mikey's equipped to win at 147. So you're going to put Mikey, overpay him $5 to $15 million, put him in there with big ass Brook, who has a jab, and is fighting Mikey off a loss, that don't sound wise for your investment. You feel what I'm saying? That's a dangerous fight for Mikey. Kell Brook is big, bro. He was bigger than Errol Spence, and Errol Spence was way bigger than Mikey. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why you have to sometimes put your pride aside. Eddie Hearn just wanted Mikey so bad. He kind of probably lost his way. Now you got him. Bro, Al Heyman probably laughing, bro. He really is. He is probably seriously laughing. Like, they're having this bidding war for Mikey and shit. And they can do different maneuvers with Mikey. They can put him on an undercard to build him back coming off the Errol Spence loss. When Mikey fights for Eddie Hearn for this one fight deal with possible option, he's probably going to be the main event. Bro, I don't see how DAZN's going to win like this, bro. So Mikey's going to be on the main event, and once again, it's going to be another DAZN fight where the names that I'm thinking of is probably not going to be main event worthy unless you match him really hard coming off of a year-long layoff and a 12-round shutout loss to Errol Spence, a bigger guy. These are your options. So any way you slice it is kind of bad if you don't have the stable for it. Bro, you could put him with Regis Prograis off a fresh loss to Josh Taylor. Put him in Maurice Hooker. Within his last two fights, he was stopped by knockout. You could put him in there with, he's not going to fight Virgil Ortiz Jr. That's his stablemate and friend, and his brother trains both, and he was just in Virgil Ortiz's corner. He's not going to fight Ryan Garcia, because that Golden Boy is not finna put Mikey in there. We don't even know if Mikey can make 135. Devin Haney is hurt, so he's not going to be ready by February. Demetrius Andre's too big. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Who is Mikey literally going to fight? Unless it's some weird European fighter, Ted Cheeseman, or some weird Sam Eggington level guy. Hey, I'm done. All right. I'm literally gonna get out. You guys are giving me like an aneurysm. David McAvoy or whatever, he says, so why not Josh Taylor? For one, that's not a big fight in America. So you would have to take it to the UK, which does nothing for DAZN, which is why I'm saying, hey, I don't see how DAZN, that is not available in the, say it with me, UK, I don't see how DAZN can win like this. The other issue with that, Mikey lost 12 rounds out of 12 against a bigger man, Errol Spence Jr. That was in March. I was there. Mikey has not had a professional fight since March, and a 12-round destruction at the hands of Errol Spence, in which he was almost stopped. He had an exhibition shortly later for charity against Eric Morales, but that's not a pro fight, and neither of them looked like they were in fight shape. So my point is, how does DAZN and Eddie Hearn justify the amount of moolah, cash flow, currency, and money that they're probably had to give Mikey, which is upwards of 5, 7, 8, 10, 15 million, for a tune-up style fight like Jesse Vargas, a fight that's not big in America like Josh Taylor. He's a good fighter. I would watch it, but that's not going to lure in casuals. It's not going to, okay, so you put a fight, the best selling the best location, in my opinion, for a Taylor fight would be the UK. You can make the most money. So how is Mikey fans from California gonna easily want to and travel? Not close friends and family. I'm talking about his California fans, West Coast fan, Arizona. You're not making it bearable or easy. This is not the UK. People from California ain't going to the UK to watch one of their fighters fight unless they got some good money. California is one of the most expensive states in America. So it's not built. That's what I'm saying. It's not like that. We don't all 8,000 Californians go over to the UK like the UK does when some of their fighters come out here. That's my point. He said Mikey versus AJ. You got the most depth in this area. It's well respected. Appreciate you. I'm a thinker. I think about all these things. And people they misconstrue because I say it so blunt and brash or whatever. They're misconstruing it. I'm just telling you what I see based on the data that I have. If you guys know of somebody else that Mikey can fight that is a realistic fight, I would love to hear it. That's what you have to do. The bottom line is Top Rank and PBC have better fights for Mikey to the point where they can justify paying him, and they're on pay-per-view. If the fight is great enough. So they can justify monumental, double-digit million paydays. DAZN they gotta front the cash and then put on a main event with Mikey that nobody wants to see. I don't know who Pacquiao's gonna fight. Because I thought it was possibly Mikey, but so we know it's not Danny Garcia or Mikey if he's fighting in March or April like they said. So I honestly think that's why they didn't announce who he's fighting. They don't know who he's gonna fight. Bro, what does Mikey versus Jesse Vargas do? We don't know if 147 is even Mikey's good weight because he has 0 victories at 147. Not only does he have 0 victories, he's on a long layoff, as I mentioned. He's off a loss, and his only fight at 147, at the full 147, he lost every single round. You guys don't get this? So that's what I'm saying. To me, Mikey right now at this point is too much of a liability. You should have let Al Heyman keep him right now instead of overpaying him and then try to nab him. Let PBC let's let PBC have him another fight. Mikey's game in the system. Let PBC have him for this tune-up, and they can just put him on a card or some shit and see how he looks. And then if he looked great and look like the Mikey that we all know and love, then make a play for him. Bro, DAZN is so desperate. They made a play for him. You really don't know how Mikey's going to look in his next fight. Greg Tucker said, ego never changed. Man, I'm passionate about what I say because I mean it. I'm really serious. What I witnessed live in Texas, I have doubts, not even doubts. I have questions. That's a better way to put it. I have questions on how Mikey will look in his next fight. So DAZN is now inherited that problem, and they're assuming the responsibility. And I'm not saying it I'm a huge Mikey fan. So I'm not saying it from a place of I want him to look bad, but I'm saying he took a bad L at a higher weight. We really don't know what to expect. Sometimes fighters take one type of fight and their confidence is not the same. It is just what it is. Jeff Lacey and motherfuckers like that, they look great. They take certain fights, bro. They're not the same. After Andre Ward and Chad Dawson fight, and then after Chad Dawson got knocked out by Adonis, he was not the same, bro. And Mikey all but got knocked out by Errol Spence. He was embarrassingly beaten every round. So that's why I wouldn't have did it, because what weight is Mikey even fighting at? You gonna put him at 147? We don't know if he's good at 147. Name Mikey's best performance at 147. Name Mikey Garcia's best performance at welterweight. What'd you say? Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Someone said Errol Spence. Okay, he lost every round. I'm going to say it again. Name Mikey Garcia's best performance at 147 welterweight. What'd y'all say? What are you looking at? Bro, these are realistic things. What's his best performance? That's what I'm saying. Eddie Hearn, DAZN are desperate. They just wanted the name. They just wanted a Mexican fighter. So they just sprung and made a play for him. And now they got him. He said in the gym sparring Rios. Exactly. Sparring Maidana and shit. Bro, we don't know how he's at 47. Okay, let's say he goes to 135. That's even worse. You just fought at 147, took a year layoff. Now you're going to kill yourself to make 135. If he could make 135 comfortable, why did he give up his WBC belt for Lomachenko, Luke Campbell? So I'm not even really considering 135. So Mikey's going to have to either go up, stay the same, or go down to 140. These are the realistic options, unless it's some wild card bullshit. So to me, DAZN, whatever they're paying, from what I understand, it's 5 to 15 million, and it's a one fight basis with a potential option to match any other competitor's price point if he gets offered something from Top Rank or whatever. So Eddie Hearn got what he wanted, but who you gonna match him with? You gonna put him in a tune-up, paying him all that money? Good job, Mikey. You really played the system. I ain't mad at it. I'll do the same thing about Mikey. Play the field. Bro. He said it being Errol's punching. Bro. I can't think of one major fight for him that really makes sense that's in-house. Like, you think PBC's gonna... Mikey just went over to DAZN. You think PBC's going to lend one of their guys to go to DAZN? You know? You think Terrence Crawford or Loma or Teofimo is going to fight Mikey in February 29th? It's not realistic. So Eddie Hearn's going to have to figure out who he's going to put him in there with. So, again, you put him in with a dangerous fight. Dangerous fights would be anybody who... fighting Mikey off a long layoff may have a chance of beating him. Kell Brook, just because he's a good boxer and he's going to be way bigger than him. And we don't know how good Mikey is at 47. So that's a weird fight, right? Josh Taylor, maybe, We don't know how Mikey will look after this. Regis Prograis is a dangerous fight. Eddie Hearn doesn't even manage the career of Regis or Josh Taylor at this point. So more than likely, he's gonna be in like a tune-up style fight with the guy he can beat. Or you put him in a dangerous fight and you're paying him all this money, and what if he gets knocked out in 2 rounds? Then you just paid all this money to to see him get knocked out. Like, it's a shitty plan. People are reaching too. What about Amir Khan? Who wants to see that? But Maurice Hooker. Okay, so you think people want to see Maurice Hooker, who recently lost to Jose Ramirez, versus Mikey at 147? Maurice moved up to 147. Do you really think that's a big fight for DAZN? Like, honestly. So more than likely it's going to be a medium to low level tune-up style fight, given the circumstance. I just hope it's not Sam Eggington or Ted Cheeseman. Bro, name someone else that he can fight for real. So you're basically overpaying him for his tune-up. Or a fight nobody wants to see. Like Jesse Vargas. I don't have no problem with Jesse Vargas, but why would I want to see Jesse Vargas moved up to 50 and was pursuing Jaime Munguia. Why would I want to see that? Jaime Munguia just moved to 160. He ain't gonna fight Mikey. Mikey gonna fight a guy who just moved up to 160, who's fighting Spike O'Sullivan. Mikey Easter too. That's a Heyman fighter. I don't see them helping Eddie Hearn out in this situation. Bro, I literally tried thinking about it. I'm like, see, this is why my predictions be right, because I really have a lot of data that I study and like try to factor into the equation. I cannot see, unless their best option would be Pacquiao buys himself out of his contract and doesn't complete his last fight, and then DAZN's able to secure him. Or if Pacquiao fights someone real quick. No, because he can't, because Pacquiao, according to his own manager, is fighting in March or April. Mikey's fighting in February. So they would have to make a play for Pacquiao after whoever Pacquiao fights next, if he wins, I'm assuming. I really don't know who he would fight that's worth a damn. Unless it's some bro like Kerman Lajaraga. Oh, you know who else? Here's another name. David Avanesian. He just got a knockout. So if it's something like that, bro, who wants to watch that? Mikey versus David Avanesian? Really? Because he's knocking out people in Spain. Kerman Lajaraga twice in his most recent. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I can see. Guys like that. Lamont Peterson beat David Avanesian. My memory is too bro. My memory is too pristine. Adrian Broner fought Adrian Granados in February in Cincinnati, and the undercard was Lamont Peterson, David Avanesian. So whenever Broner fought Granados, Lamont Peterson beat David Avanesian. So who wants to see Mikey versus David Avanesian? You know? And that's what I'm saying. That's the type of fight that I can picture. Has Josh Kelly fought since the Ray Robinson fight? Bro, that's what I'm saying. Eddie Hearn was so desperate to get him, I don't think they thought this through. Okay, you got him. Who you gonna match him with? Who you gonna match him with? That's my question. Josh Kelly only has 10 fights. And he last lost, well, I thought he lost, but he had a draw with Ray Robinson on the Anthony Joshua Ruiz 1 card, and he's about to fight at the end of the month, this weekend, against Winston Campos. Who wants to see that, bro? Josh Kelly with 10 fights. Man, come on. Bro, it's looking shaky. That's just admit it. I'm the boxing god, bro. I've already thought of this stuff. Name someone else. I'm still waiting. So the only remotely good names that we've mentioned are dangerous fights, given the circumstance. So I don't see you paying someone that much to put them in a super dangerous fight if you want future options with them. You're going to put them in with Josh Taylor. You're going to put them in there with Regis Prograis. You're going to put them in there with Kell Brook. I don't know. It's weird. Told you. They want to out-debate me. But I've already been here, done that. I can't wait till they announce his next opponent. I cannot wait. No, is there a way to check Matchroom's roster? Like all the fighters they have signed up? Where's Matchroom's roster? Man, if he fight Ted Cheeseman, it's gonna be laughed at. Ted Cheeseman and Mikey. Come on, man. So you can't get so crossed up in the game. See, Al Heyman probably laughing. I'm telling you why. You're probably laughing because he has such a deep stable. He can have these other promoters in a frenzy trying to nab Triple G, trying to nab Mikey Garcia, to the point where he can have a standard or a limit, like PBC. They can have a standard or a limit to how much they're willing to, because like PBC, they got so many top fighters, especially that they can build in the American market, right? So they were trying to get Triple G, makes sense, trying to get Triple G. But they have a certain limitation to how much they're willing to offer him. You know what I mean? DAZN, in their desperation, they're so desperate to try to get names. See, Eddie Hearn keep buying up names. This is really weird game plan. Eddie Hearn keep buying up names, but who are you matching them with? What fights can you deliver for them? Like, okay, we got Usyk. Okay, I got Triple G now. Okay, I got Cecilia Brækhus. Okay, I got Mikey. You're buying up these names. Who's Cecilia Brækhus fought? Like, what's the big fight for her? What's Usyk's big fight? Chisora? Oh, okay, we got Mikey now. Who are you gonna fight him with? So I'm just talking about this from a business, man, and from the fan perspective. So you're basically overpaying all these dudes. Now you have them, and they're sitting on the roster, but you have to make fights like Demetrius Andrade versus Keebler. Okay, I got Andrade. Okay, you got him, but he's fighting Keebler. All right, Matchroom Boxing. Let's get it. Okay, Mikey versus Shannon Courtney. Who are these people? Who is Kieran Conway? Mikey versus... Who is Cuz, bro? Hey, who is Craig Richards? No, I literally... Hold on. Y'all gotta stop fucking with me. Who are any of them? No, I'm just being honest. Who's Courtney? Courtney. Who is that, bro? Who is this Eddie Griffin looking motherfucker? Bro, someone said Drago? Who? Bro, he look like fucking Howie Long, son of Howie looking ass, bro. Firestorm. This motherfucker played for the Raiders. Nah, he look like Howie Long. He look like Howie Short, motherfucker. Howie Long son. Bro, who the fuck is Cuz? Like, who is that? Okay, Cecilia Brækhus, a woman, so Mikey can't fight her. He definitely not gonna. Anthony would get on his bike. No, I'm just playing. Okay, Katie Taylor. It's a bantamweight, too small. Caleb Smith is too big, super middleweight. Andre too big. Bevo too big. Farmer too small. Devin Haney injured. Billy Joe. Oh, I thought Drake or something. Okay, Amanda Serrano. Bro, who? Okay. Here. Yeah. Okay, now we got that. He gonna fight Mikey versus him? Who's Muro Dijonay? Who is that? Bro, they don't even have this by weight class or nothing. Jake Ball? Who is that? Who is this? Who's Reese? Reese Bellotti. Okay, Connor Ben, I know him. Bevo, know him. Arthur. Who? Man, get me the fuck off here. Scotty, they're gonna kill me. I don't want to die, Scotty. Bro, Scotty from New Jack. Hey, I must be getting delirious. It's Scotty. I don't want to die. They're gonna kill me, Scotty. Bro, Scotty Appleton. Bro, who is that? Bro, I literally don't know these people. I didn't even I ain't even for Matchroom standard, I never even seen them on Matchroom cards. Bro, Scotty, I don't want to die, Scotty. Bro, he finna fight Scotty Appleton. Scotty Cardle, Luke Campbell, Paul Butler. Bro, who is that? Ricky Burns, I know that. Joshua Buatsi, know him. Okay. Kell Brook, we know him. Who is Cuz? Hey, bro, he looked like the bad guy from Superman. Remember when them dudes came from Krypton? The Zod, General Zod? There's like 3 of them. It was like 1 girl and 2 dudes. He looked like, in this picture, but who is this? Zangief son of Zangief. Bro, he looked like General Zod. Not General Zod, but one of them other ones. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? The Christopher Reeves. Bro, what were them dudes called? No, y'all ain't gonna play me. What were the Zods? What the fuck? Nah, there's this one cuz it's not General Zod. It was his homie. What were they called? Y'all pissing me off. Oh my gosh. 3 bad. It was 3 of them. Who were the 3 bad guys? Oh, his name was Nan. Bro. Kryptonians. Yeah, they came from Krypton. Look. That picture, he kind of reminded me of, dude. Remember, cuz? Hey, he was tripping, bro. Okay, maybe that's a little bit. I don't remember him looking this crazy, bro. I don't know. He looked a little bit crazy. Damn, okay, here's a more regular picture of him. See? Bro, that dude, he was blowing cold air and shit. I'm tripping. Hey, bro. Man, fuck that. All right. Felix Cash. Ted Cheeseman back in the picture. Kieran Conway. Joe Cordine. I literally don't know. Shannon Courtney. I literally haven't seen some of these people. Charlie Betmay. Yeah, that mute dude. His name was Nan. TJ, he's too small. John, bro, who is that? Robbie Davis. Bro, who is he going to fight? Tommy Coyle got knocked out. Chris Algieri. Jamie. See, Sam Eggington. Alexis Espino. Estrada's too small. Tevin, different weight class. Fielding too big. Scott Fitzgerald. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's looking grim. Gassiev, Kid, Galahad, Huey Fury, Charles Frankham. I don't even know who that is. Fowler, different weight. Who's that? Raymond Ford? Bro, I never even see half these dudes on Matchroom cards. Jordan Gill. Shakram. Bro, Devin. Terry. Like, have you ever seen Terry Harper? Like, I haven't seen her on no Matchroom cards. Maurice Hooker, Philip Ergovich, AJ. Who is that? Oh, Otha Jones. I hadn't heard of him. He looked different in that picture. Like, who is she? Tasha Jonas? Caleb Johnson, Jacobs. Bro, I have not seen half of these people. All right, Josh Kelly, Israel, Savannah, Martinez. Bro, who's Mikey gonna fight for real? Him? What weight is he? Diego Pacheco. Damn. Sean McGoldrick. That's what, bro, this ain't the UK. That's what I'm saying. Like, these fights, I don't see no work for Mikey. Like, in or around his division. That's what I'm saying. Craig Richards, Luis Ritson. I don't see no major people. Anthony Sims, Billy Joe, John Ryder. Look, all these names, I don't see none that are around Mikey's division with the, Jesse Vargas, that's one. With the big profile where they can. I've never seen Austin Williams, Dillian. Oh, they have it in alphabetical order. Bro. Kieran Conway, he's raw. All right, I'll check for him. But see, this is the thing. There's these UK guys that they haven't been introduced to us. You have to build them. And if you keep putting them on UK cards, and you're not bringing Joshua out here, he's the biggest thing that Matchroom got going. Joshua fought in the UK one. I mean, bro, the Americans have been telling Joshua to come party with us and fight in America. And he fought in America once, and it was horrible. Man, it's looking grim. So, to be honest, I just feel like Eddie gonna have to scraggle somebody, just not a. Devin Haney versus Mikey. Bro, Devin Haney won't be ready by February. I don't know why you guys keep saying that. That's not realistic. Devin Haney's in a cast right now. And then the other thing is we don't know if Mikey can make 135. So yeah, Devin's gonna fight anybody. He just gave up his belt. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I made videos about this. Look. Bro, the man has had a shoulder rotator cuff surgery. And on top of that, we don't know if Mikey can make 35. It's just not realistic. It's not realistic. Anyway, something to think about. I don't know who they're going to match Mikey with, but maybe he has a plan that I haven't foreseen. That's my time. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. The Vampire's Dream. The Vampire's Dream. So, it's the same thing with DAZN. Overpaying guys and fights that don't resonate with America. You cannot, listen to me. You cannot win America and get bids in America without a product that resonates with, say it with me, Americans. I've been saying the same. HBO has tried this. They it got to the end of them. They put all these Eastern European people from that region, and that was what they were pushing. It was Dmitry Bivol versus, Sergey Likowicz, and all these different people. They put Sergey Kovalev versus Mikhail. What's the name? I don't even remember dude's name. It's something like Sergey Mikhaili or some shit. And their numbers you weren't doing no numbers. You just can't drop some shit on us and we never even seen them. So I have no idea who Eddie Hearn gonna put Mikey in there. So once again, more than likely it's gonna be a tune-up style fight or a fight where there's only really kind of two paradigms. a tune-up style fight, so now you can't justify paying him the amount of money you're paying him to make it make sense, where your event is going to generate the type of interest that drive subscriptions or drive crazy ticket sales. Or the other option would be somehow you match him with the crazy fight, but then you're fighting him in a crazy tough fight that maybe people want to see, but he hasn't fought in a year, and you're still paying him a lot, and he's coming off of a loss where he lost every single round. To me, as a business, that if I didn't have no one to match him with no pay-per-view, that would be too much of a liability for me, because you're going to have to eat the cost. Mikey versus Jesse Vargas to me, is not a big fight at all. Like that, that doesn't excite me like that. Jesse was just fighting at 150. Jesse had a draw with Broner. His next fight was a draw with Thomas Delorme. And then I think he fought Humberto Soto, and he knocked him out in Mexico. And I don't think he's fought anybody else since. So now we just jumped to Mikey off a loss, and he's dropping back down at weight. That's just whatever. Do it. And tell Eddie Hearn to make it if that's what he feels is popping. Y'all rate it. Mikey versus Jesse Vargas, 0 to 10. Maybe you guys feel different. 10 being an awesome fight. Mikey versus Jesse Vargas at 147. Rate the fight. 4.5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 5. They're banking on the Mexican fan base, but it's not going to sell like DAZN. That's what I'm saying. The Mexican, they're not just going to buy just because it's a Mexican. That's not how it works. That's not how it ever worked. Unless you get to a Canelo level. You know what I'm saying? Where Canelo was able to, do good numbers with, certain guys. But that's, by and large, that doesn't work for really anybody except for maybe a handful of guys. 5, 6, 6. And you got to understand, these are like diehard boxing, like daily boxing fans. So now imagine that number to casuals. You looked at boxing fans who are here at crazy hours because we like boxing, and nobody rated it really much higher than 6, And I think, to me, I think it's super average based on this. I just have no interest in the Jesse Vargas like that. Like, then you have to put in the variable. You're paying $20 a month for that. Like, that's the fight for that month. That's supposed to be the big fight. The other thing that I have a problem with is I don't know how Mikey will look after the Errol Spence shutout loss. And I don't know if Mikey is even should be fighting at welterweight. So to me, it's less than a 6 for me. Because Mikey hasn't done anything at welterweight. That might not be his division. And Jesse Vargas seems too far gone to make anything less than 147. So, I just don't know. Mikey looks like he's looking to cash out. That's probably what he is doing. He's playing both sides, making a bidding war. He still has a name. So he's going to the highest bidder. But the company got to be smart enough to know what they're capable of. I do not see anybody that generates pay you $10 million that DAZN has. Nobody. Because that's just Mikey's salary, let alone DAZN. I mean, his foe in the card and all that, with no pay-per-view. How you gonna lower your score now, bro? What weight did you think Jesse Vargas was gonna fight him at? Jesse Vargas, he ain't fought at 140 in years. Bro, Mikey versus Broner. Broner is a salesperson. Like, you know what I'm saying? He knows how to sell the fight. People knew who Broner was. Then you add Mikey's fan base. Okay, so that became an event that people wanted to see. But Jesse Vargas, bro, DAZN, to me, it's crazy. Okay. First of all, I've seen pictures of Jesse Vargas and Mikey together. So I think they're friends. I mean, one's from Vegas, one's from Oxnard. Jesse Vargas is at all the fights and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're friends. So to me, I don't even like that fight because I think they're friends. You can find them at WBC events and shit like that together and pictures of them. So it's not like a, bro, what's the selling angle? You get what I'm saying? It's not really an angle to sell that. You have two non-showmen. You know what I mean? Like, Jesse Vargas has not been known to be one to, like, you know, MC the crowd, and he's a good fighter. That's what it is. But he's not one to generate ticket paper sales, like, by trash talking. Same thing with Mikey. So, all right, you're going to do Mikey versus... It's just not how it works, people. You have to understand the bit. Broner talks some shit. So that's going to drive sales. Period. He was talking shit about Mikey. So Mikey doesn't have to talk shit because that's not really his thing. But he might have said a couple comments back and forth. And Broner's talking shit. He said two mild-mannered Mexican-American dude. That's what I'm saying. You have to understand the market in America. It doesn't work like that. Like, why do you think I want to see Charlo versus Canelo? Canelo's not much of a trash talker, and Charlo has that side. Plus, they're good fighters. So these become bigger fights. It's that simple. Demetrius Andrade might talk some shit to Canelo. So that could help at the press conference because Andrade and Charlo might annoy Canelo and make him talk shit back, or, you know what I'm saying? They might instigate something. Who wants to watch a press conference? I'm not even trying to be rude. I'm just saying Mikey versus Jesse. It's probably not going to be no, like Sean Porter and Errol Spence was a good ass press conference, but the two don't like. Charlo versus Harrison, bro, I cannot wait for this fight. They're talking like insane to each other. Yeah, okay. He's like, man, we could fight right now. He's like, all right, do it. I'm sitting down, you standing up. Like it's real. So good luck making, you know, Jesse Vargas and Mikey, two guys who are probably been around each other a lot with WBC events and stuff like that, and then trying to sell to the Mexican public like this is like Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales type of rivalry. Good luck, man. So I still don't see the Jesse Vargas, Mikey Garcia, Mikey coming off a loss, Jesse Vargas coming off a win, you know, but it was in Mexico that people didn't see, and then two draws with Delorme and Broner. I don't see that being a big fight. I really don't. Just like I said, look, go on Google. You see pictures of Jesse Vargas and, bro, look, there's pictures of them. Like, they know each other. They've been at, you know, WBC does stuff for like kids and stuff. That, bro, they friends. It's not like De La Hoya, Fernando Vargas type of shit. So what is the selling point? What is the angle? It's not like, oh, it's not like Ortiz versus Rios or something. Like, oh, we used to be friends, but fuck that. So I don't understand what angle you could even work for that. Shout out to Greg Tucker. Now you've seen it my way. No, I'm just playing. He said contrasting personalities and or fighting styles make a good promotion for sure. That's what I'm saying, because it pulls that about you. If everybody is doing the same thing, like look at Joshua Ruiz. Promotion. Pretty flat. Joshua ain't one, rah-rah. And Andy Ruiz is like that too. But imagine Joshua and Wilder. Wilder and Brazil, because they don't like each other. Something different. So, anyway, that's my thoughts. I still don't know what fight they're going to make that's for this one fight deal that's big for Mikey. I've been thinking and racking my brain. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you guys can think of one. I'm out. Holla at the boy. The family.